We had some really good looks last game. We capitalized on one of them. They seem to be doing a much better job of moving the puck and moving their feet on the power play right now and taking what's given to them, not trying to force plays that aren't there.
Second time you'll see Seattle this year. What do you think of this team, and what kind of challenges are they tonight?
Well, they're playing better, I think, than when we saw them early in the year. They have depth up front. They have 4 lines. They roll 4 lines. They have depth on the back end. They got some speed and they got some pace to their game. That's kind of how they're built. So we're going to have to make sure that we have our checking shoes on tonight, that we want to make sure we have good reloads, we stay above on the right side of the puck, keep the game in front of us, and make them defend more than we have to.
All right, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks.
Joe Sacco joining us. The Bruins will take on the Kraken coming up next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 Sports Hub. Easily immediate group station.
Mesnikov and Pionk just letting the clock run out. Siren sounds, 8-1 Winnipeg, the final.
While most Bruins fans want to forget what we saw in Winnipeg on Tuesday night, interim head coach Joe Sacco says there are still some things they want to take away from that loss.
It's an easy game to say that you can just forget about it, but there were certain things that we can learn from that game, and we tried to work on those in practice today and hopefully correct some of the issues, and then it carries over into our game tomorrow night.
The rest they'll have to put behind them as the trip continues tonight in Seattle. It's the Bruins and the Kraken coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick, and the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Charles D. Sheehy, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back door. Put in. It's 100 backhand score, a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, it's the Bruins and the Seattle Kraken getting ready to take the ice for what will be the second and final meeting between these two teams this year. We heard from Joe Sacco talking about the first matchup between these two clubs. He's got some respect for this Kraken team and what they'll bring to the table tonight.
You have to have respect for every team you play. I mean, it doesn't matter who you play against. I mean, look at some of the wins by some of these other teams throughout the league. Anybody can beat anybody on a given night if you don't have respect for that opponent and play the game the right way. The Bruins, for them here today, a key for them. And it sounds a little bit like a broken record, but it's true. You got to get back to that defensive structure. You can't get out of it. You can't fall out of it. You can't cheat the game. You know, you've got to get back into some of that defensive structure that's going to help you win hockey games, especially on the road. You're not going to have the benefit of the last change, so you don't get the matchups that you want necessarily. And the details have to be dialed in if they're going to win hockey games. They're not going to outscore many opponents or outscore their mistakes most nights. Some nights maybe, but most nights they're not going to. They're not built that way. You know, so that's where they have to be dialed in defensively.
And we'll see if they can erase the memory of that third period the other night in Winnipeg. Tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. The Bruins and the Seattle Kraken will face it off next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Andy Everly, CEO of Environmental Pools, partnered with us.
Environmental Pools has been helping clients build the custom pool of their dreams for more than 30 years. When it was time to build our new facility for our business, we turned to our local partner at South Shore Bank. They built a custom funding package that will help us continue to grow all across New England.
South Shore Bank, sharing success. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
The holidays are coming fast, which means time is even more of a luxury. That's why Dime Beauty needs to be your one-stop destination for clean, master esthetician-founded skincare that really works. From rejuvenating eye serums and clean retinol alternatives to indulging body oils and non-toxic perfumes, Dime has it all. And for a limited time, Dime is offering 25% off site-wide when you use code HOLIDAY25. Looking to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles? Try their best-selling TBT cream, a clean, gentle retinol alternative that has all of the anti-aging benefits of retinol without the harshness. Or in search of a new winter perfume, try Dime's non-toxic woodsy fragrance Don LeBois. Dime has over 2 million happy customers and thousands of amazing 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Go to dimebeautyco.com for 25% off site-wide with code HOLIDAY25. That's dimebeautyco.com for 25% off with code HOLIDAY25. Happy shopping and happy holidays from Dime.
As well. Now we take you down for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
National anthem finished here. We get set for the Bruins and the Seattle Kraken. We take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Seattle Kraken is Philip Grubauer. On defense, the pairing of Jamie Alexiak and Brandon Montour. And up front, Shane Wright, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and Eli Tolvanen. For the Bruins, it'll be Jonas Korpisalo going in goal. On defense, the pairing of Charlie McAvoy and Jordan Osterley. And up front, David Pastrnak, Morgan Geekie, and Pavel Zacha. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Now through the end of the year, all DraftKings customers will get a special daily promo every single day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SportsHub to take advantage. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game are brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Jared Actis of Peabody, Mass. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Jared will win a pair of tickets for a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins will go from right to left as the first period gets underway. It's swatted deep into the offensive zone here by Pavel Zacha. One out behind the Kraken net by Alexiak. Along the near boards, Osterley pinned it up against the boards. It'll spin back in behind the net, and we've got a whistle as Alexiak is shaken up in the near corner.
A big body to get shaken up. I think the Bruins might be getting a penalty here right off the hop. Catch a stick up high. Yeah, he's bleeding pretty good. Bruins are going to be killing.
88, double minor, high stick.
Bruins are going to be killing a penalty here. Double minor.
David Pastrnak, who was whistled for a phantom high sticking call the other night, is the guilty party here and will sit for 4 minutes. So Seattle's power play goes to work just 16 seconds into the game.
Yeah, it's the same way they started last game against Winnipeg, right? They had the penalty in the first shift of the game. This one's a double minor, and they're going to have to clean up some blood off the ice. There's no doubt about this one.
The Bruins were shorthanded 6 times in that game against Winnipeg altogether. They gave up 3 power play goals to the opposition for the 5th time this year, but that was only the 4th time in the last 19 games that they had given up more than 3 opposing power play chances in a game. But now,
yeah, look, Pastrnak got a high sticking penalty in that game too. But it wasn't really a high sticking penalty. So this one's no doubt about this one. It's the toe of his stick. He's trying to lift the stick of Alexiak, and the toe of the stick got him right. It looked like the chin or just below the lip, lower lip. They're getting all the blood cleaned up off the ice here.
Yeah, the officials going over to check with the ice crew and make sure that it's all cleaned up before the face-off will happen down at the other end.
It's a tough way to start. Yeah. So it's a tough way for both teams to start because you're not into the game yet. You know, the power play, I would rather be into the game where everybody has a shift or two and then take our first power play. But on the other side of it, so it's easier to work hard defensively. You know what I mean?
Because you're kind of forced to, right?
You are.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is that you're going to have guys sitting on the bench till the, you know, whatever mark here, 16-minute, hopefully 15-minute mark before they even get on the ice. And that's a long time to sit. You know, you warm up, and then you go in the locker room for 20 minutes or whatever it is, 15, 20 minutes. You come out here, you warm up, and then you sit around for a while. You want to get going. You want to get into the game right away. Now you got to delay with the, you know, getting everything cleaned up. It's just.
And as you said, that goes for both teams. Like guys on the Kraken who aren't on the power play unit are going to sit too.
The 4th line guys are going to be sitting there until whatever, you know, minute. And so it's going to be important, no matter how this 4 minutes goes, that you get everybody into the game right away or as quickly as possible.
All right, so they've got things cleaned up. Bruins penalty killers start out from their own zone. Elias Lindholm, Charlie Coyle up front on this unit as the Kraken control the face-off. It's Beniers along the far side circle. Just shoots and scores. Bjorkstrand looks like he tipped it in front. And the Kraken right to a 1-0 lead.
Oh, there goes that theory about the power play, right? Too easy. Too easy. Beniers has the puck on the left wing side. Okay, no problem there. You got to get into your structure. But the front of the net where Bjorkstrand is, this is Zadorov's guy, but he's got 2 guys to contend with, right? You got the backdoor play, and then you got Bjorkstrand with his stick at the top of the crease, and pass gets through, and Bjorkstrand just has a strong stick there. So for Zadorov, he's also got to be leery of the man behind him. So you got 2 guys there, and the pass gets through first of all, which is the first issue, and then the second issue is that you're not able to get that stick and control that stick because you're worried about 2 different players in front.
And on the double minor, the Kraken power play continues. Minute 48 to go on the penalties to Pastrnak. Less than a minute into the game. For Bjorkstrand, his 10th goal of the year, 3rd of them that have come on the power play. Puck dumped in, will be shot toward the near side boards by Korpisalo. It's wound around behind the net to the far side. Stevenson will push it down the wall. Now it comes back center blue line to Dunn. Knocked down in front, and puck played off the near boards. Marchand swats at it. Can't get it out past Dunn at the near point. Around it comes behind the net. And this time Peak will play it up the middle. Marchand takes it through neutral ice. Shorthanded here against Dunn. Trying to cut toward the middle of the Seattle zone. Taking off his stick. And McCann Gives to Jaden Schwartz as he circles back behind the Seattle net. A minute to go on the power play for the Kraken. Tolvanen sends a pass into neutral ice. Burakovsky kept it moving toward the Boston line, but steered back out of there, and Koepke will step ahead shorthanded here. Carries it around behind the Kraken net, and a backhand stuffer denied by Grubauer. Tolvanen sends it rink wide for Burakovsky. In the neutral zone, drop back. Brandon Montour dumps it around behind Korpisalo. It'll come back to Montour now, center of the blue line, as he plays catch with Tolvanen. Back to Montour now on the right side of the point. His shot got through some traffic in front. Korpisalo made the pad save. Now chopped out, back out in front. They work it back to Montour, center of the blue line, over to the far circle. A shot saved by Korpisalo. Zadorov looked like he pulled one out of the crease. Korpisalo down on his side, and he's got it covered.
Yeah, good puck movement here by the Kraken. They get this one-timer from deep in the left wing circle, and Korpisalo has to make a pad save, a left pad save, and that puck is loose there for Schwartz, trying to get to it. And I believe you're right that Zadorov pulled this puck off the crease and out. Yeah, got behind Korpisalo, and Zadorov helped keep that puck out of the net before Korpisalo was eventually able to cover it up.
12 seconds left on the Seattle power play. 17:47 to go here in the first period. Kraken already up one. Jaden Schwartz on the faceoff for Seattle. Puck came careening out to neutral ice. It'll be dumped in here by Adam Larson around the far boards. Peak reversed it back in behind the net. Parker Wotherspoon, who's in there tonight with Mason Lohrei out of the lineup. Puck is angled out of the Bruins zone just as Pasternak came out of the box, but couldn't catch up with it. Now he's got it though in the near side faceoff circle. Spun back in deep here by the Bruins, and Pasternak along the near hash marks. Pivots away from right. Brings back toward the blue line, sends one through the slot that picked off, and Schwartz will go the other way. Off the near boards it comes to Tolvanen, takes a bump from Wotherspoon just inside the Boston zone. On the near side of the Kraken end, it's Borgen sending it through neutral ice, picked off. Here's Tyler Johnson down the right wing circle. Centering pass tipped off the stick of Kastelik. Geeky along the near circle, helping to keep that alive as well. And now we get another penalty coming up as Borgen hit the deck, and Tyler Johnson, who's inserted into the lineup tonight in place of Mark McLaughlin, is going to be taken off for tripping.
Yeah, so Borgen gave that puck away in the neutral zone, right? But he ends up drawing the penalty on Tyler Johnson here in the zone. Back-to-back penalties to start this one is a tough way to start for the Bruins. It wasn't much. He just looked like he just got his stick in there enough. And he only had one hand on it, but if you're trying to cross over and there's a stick in between your feet, it's a tripping.
So Seattle right back to the power play. They came into the night 24th in the league at 17.6%. Bruins 23rd in the league on the penalty kill. They'll get an easy clear here as Coyle sends one the length of the ice. Grubauer will hand it off to Vince Dunn. Kraken going from left to right on offense. Beniers will play it out of his own zone. Stevenson through neutral ice along the left side for McCann. Forced off into the corner by Carlo, and the Bruins will carry out here with Koepke coming ahead shorthanded down that far right wing side. Backhand in front at Beecher coming down the middle but broken up.
Bjorkstrand all the way back on the back check to get a piece.
Now here's Beniers back into the Bruins zone in a centering pass looking for McCann. Instead, Stevenson hands back at the blue line to Dunn. Stevenson again at the right wing circle. Over to the far side, and they work it back up top to Dunn. 4 minutes into this first period, 1:10 to go on the power play for Seattle. Pass down into the corner. They'll go up top here for Bjorkstrand. Now down low again. Brought behind the net by Dunn, angled off the near boards. And it's Bjorkstrand out of the blue line. Dunn, winds, fires, save made, rebound, hit the post. Bjorkstrand with a great opportunity. Looking up at the heavens as he heads back to the bench.
Might have been a little bit of a rolling puck for him as he tried to control. It wasn't perfectly there for him. He kind of had to contort his body a little bit to try to get that rebound away, but off the post and out.
35 to go on the Seattle power play as Tolvanen winds it around behind Korpisalo. Played out of the far corner and all the way down ice. It'll be taken out of the near corner by Montour. Gives it for Tolvanen. Through neutral ice. Burakovsky off to the left wing circle. And it's Wright. Wright, south of the face-off dot. Centering pass. Broken up, forced off into the near corner. Now back across the ice, and a chance there for Wright. McAvoy steps in front of Schwartz behind the net. Can't get it cleared. Here's Schwartz coming out. Backhand stick. And the Kraken to a 2-0 lead just over 5 minutes into the first period.
Yeah, not a good goal here around Korpisalo. Schwartz, I believe his feet are below the goal line. And it's going to be a backhand, and he's going to go short side high on Korpisalo from in deep. You know, there was a couple chances there earlier. Bjorkstrand hits the post. That one stays out. The Bruins had a chance to clear, cannot do it. And then Schwartz, yeah, his feet are below the goal line. 1 foot's below the goal line, 1 foot out. And he's just going to go short side high, coming from the right of Korpisalo. Korpisalo's already down. That's the style that a lot of goaltenders play, but it leaves the top corner on the short side exposed, and Schwartz makes no mistake.
Jaden Schwartz, his 8th of the year, and so the Bruins down 2 early here on the road as the puck gets sent into the Boston zone, but it'll be an icing as Mitchell Stevens was shy of the red line.
You got to start chasing the game now. The good news is you just got there's so much time here to get back into this one, but you got to stay out of the box, right? A couple more power play goals. That was a power play goal, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it right after?
It was just after.
Expired.
Yeah.
So, for all intents and purposes, a power play goal there for the Kraken. Even though it won't go down as one. You still got guys, I don't know if they had a shift yet.
Well, here's Montour to clear it out of the Seattle zone. McAvoy got run into by Tanev out in the neutral ice, and Charlie's going to get whistled for an icing here. So back down to the Boston end for a face-off.
Tough way to start this hockey game, right? We're not even 6 minutes in. You're down 2-0. You've taken penalties.
Well, especially when you're trying to
bounce back from the other day.
Yeah, erase the memory of that third period in Winnipeg. They gave up 5 unanswered. Face off in the defensive zone. It's won by the Kraken. Brought to Montour along the right point. His shot redirected by Schwartz in the slot, and Korpisalo made the save. Puck comes out into neutral ice. Pasternak picks it up from there. Carries it down the right wing circle. A shot tipped up and over by Grubauer. Might have taken that off the mask as he readjusts. The Kraken will play it out into the neutral zone. McAvoy to the near side for Osterley. Osterley drives it in around behind Grubauer. Marchand to it in the far circle. Zaka comes crashing in there to try to help out as well, but the Kraken will control. Schwartz out toward the red line, plays it around Brandon Carlo, just into the Boston zone. Burakovsky sent it across ice. Carlo able to get over there and slap it out of the zone. Burakovsky now near the red line. Brought back in to the Boston zone. Zadorov, though, takes away and clears it off the far boards. Here's Morgan Geekie coming down the middle into the Seattle zone. Try to shoot. Rebound. Popped off to Zaka, and his shot ended up going up off the back glass. Zaka on the far boards along with Geekie. Marchand now in to try to get a stick on that as well. Chandler Stevenson going to keep it locked up there for Seattle. 13:10 to go here in the first. It came back to the blue line and brought back out of the zone and then back in by Carlo to draw a whistle for an offside. We'll step aside. It's 2-0 Kraken with 13:09 to go here in the first period on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business.
South Shore Select and the South Shore Sports Center have been staples within the sports community for over 50 years. Sports are a huge part of our family, and we are proud of the positive culture and community we have all built together. South Shore Bank provided us the financing to purchase the place we call home. We love our relationship with South Shore Bank. Our values are aligned. We believe in our people, and we hope to create lasting relationships within our community that transcend beyond a field or bank.
South Shore Bank, sharing success. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online, 98.5thesportshub.com.
Back here in Seattle, where the Kraken have jumped out to a 2-0 lead over the Bruins here in the first period. And during the first time out of tonight's game, the Kraken taking a few moments to honor the memory of their founding owner, David Bonderman, who passed away this week at the age of 82. Bonderman largely responsible for bringing the National Hockey League expansion team here to Seattle for the revamping of the former Key Arena into what is a gorgeous NHL facility. And in addition to his work here in Seattle, Bonderman was also a longtime minority partner of the Boston Celtics ownership group. So a Harvard Law graduate and a member of the Celtics ownership team for many years, always a Boston connection. But we, along with the Bruins and Kraken, honor his memory tonight. And a video here during the timeout and a standing ovation from the Kraken faithful here at the Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, the Jacobs family and the Boston Bruins expressing their condolences and also making a donation to honor, in honor of David Bonderman's memory. It supports the Kraken's The One Roof Foundation, which is the kind of the charitable arm of the Seattle Kraken and Climate Pledge Arena. On behalf of the Jacobs family, they put out on Twitter today, or an X, I should say, on behalf of the Jacobs family and the Boston Bruins, we offer our deepest condolences to the Seattle Kraken on the passing of founder David Bonderman. We are keeping the entire Kraken organization in our thoughts.
As I said, he is the man largely responsible for this team being here, for this gorgeous arena that they built essentially from scratch under the roof of the old Key Arena. It is a phenomenal building. As the puck gets dumped in by the Bruins, wrapped out to the near side, and it'll be brought through neutral ice here by Sprong for the Kraken. So just over 7 minutes gone. Bruins down 2-0 here early after the Kraken get 3 early power play chances. Wotherspoon got it into the Seattle zone. Sprong will play it back out across ice into open space by Cartier. Played it on into the Boston zone, and Stevens in there after it for Seattle. Up off the near glass and out, courtesy of Koepke. Montour's got it back for the Kraken. Seattle going from left to right as Montour sends it across to the far side. It'll be dumped in by Riker Evans. Osterley spun it out from behind Korpisalo. McAvoy ran into trouble in the far corner, but Coyle's got it. He'll lob it out into the neutral ice. Glove down by Borgen along the near side boards. Wrestling match in front of the penalty boxes. Kraken will come away with a puck, but now onto the stick of Osterley, and he brings the Bruins right ahead. Johnson winds and fires. Save made, long rebound. McAvoy a drive, and that one off the end of Grubauer's glove.
Yeah, Bjorkstrand made a good play there in the slot just to keep that puck away from the Bruins from getting that rebound chance.
McAvoy over to the far side. One-timer by Osterley. And again, with traffic in front, Grubauer able to kick it away. McAvoy out in the neutral zone will dump it back in around to the far side. Geekie goes crashing into the far corner to try to win that puck. Pasternak was there as well. Instead, it'll come to Bjorkstrand and out of the zone. Beniers will play it on into the Boston zone. Circling back to get it was Zadorov, and then he gets tripped up by Schwartz coming out of the zone. Penalty coming against Seattle. Kraken touch it with 11:15 to go in the first. We'll get our first look at the Bruins power play tonight.
Yeah, a good move actually by Zadorov. He fakes like he's going to reverse that puck. And Beniers was the guy in on the forecheck. He ends up taking the puck behind the net, gets some speed coming up that left wing side, makes one move, and then Schwartz gets the stick in on him, and he goes down. You know, there's a lot of great features about this building. You started to talk about it a little while ago. Did you come in at street level?
I did not, but I noticed it on the way out.
When you come in at street level, you're in the balcony.
Yes.
It's subterranean. It's
from
all
the
built
outside.
Below, it's all built below ground.
You'd never know it was an arena from the
Exactly.
outside. Here's Pasternak getting the power play unit set up. McAvoy will deal it off to the right side for Zacha. Marchand, Zacha, now over to McAvoy, a one-timer up off the back glass. Zacha gives to Elias Lindholm. Back to McAvoy. Over to Pasternak. A one-timer from the near circle. Grubauer came out to make the save.
He pushed off. He moved left to right, and he came out as Pasternak took that shot.
McAvoy gets ridden into the near corner by Tanev deep in the Bruins zone.
He's a fan favorite here. He's just a hard worker. He's going to give it everything he's got every shift. He's a guy that needs to be signed for next year. One of the three kind of key free agents that they have.
Pasternak will work it back into the Kraken zone. Gives to Marchand. Shot. Tipped on goal. And Grubauer the save. Near boards. It'll be lifted up and out by Larson. Minute 5 to go on the power play. Osterley is back to get the puck. He takes over the spot normally belonging to Mason Lohrei on the second power play unit.
Yeah, Pasternak just mishandles that pass to him there. Now he'll go off, but down to about 45 seconds now in the power play.
Osterley will start it out. Pass off to the right side to Coyle, on to Brazo. Brazo down the right circle. Centering pass just missed Frederick. Geekie gives it back to Osterley on the center of the blue line. Back to Geekie, one-timer. Save made, rebound. And Frederick tried to find Coyle in the far circle. Squirted through him. Osterley will get it back to Coyle. His shot with traffic in front. Near side boards, and it's Osterley again to keep it alive. Over to Coyle, far side. 20 to go in the power play. Crossing pass is kicked aside by Stevenson in the slot. It'll come back to Osterley at the near point. Osterley stepping in for a shot, and it's cradled by Grubauer for the whistle.
Yeah, had Brazo in front trying to create that screen. It's good puck movement by the Bruins. They had a couple good looks. Pasternak with the one-timer in the left wing circle. McAvoy had a one-timer that went over the net. You got all of it. And then the second unit, I mean, I like the way that the second unit zipped the puck around for the most part. Osterley, his first opportunity on the power play this season with the Bruins.
Notice that first power play unit. You mentioned the Pasternak one-timer. They used the bumper to help free that up.
But, you know, you win a battle. The guy there, he's a safety valve. You got to use him, and it just opens things up. Then they got to get into the middle. You go back to the point with it, and then Pasternak's wide open in the left wing circle.
Kraken get their man back, so the team's back at full strength. Zadorov carrying the puck here deep. Get it back from Beecher in the far corner. Gives it back to the right point man, McAvoy. Shot into traffic in front. That blocked by Larson. And the Kraken will move out with Schwartz coming through neutral ice. Across the Boston line. Forced wide of the net by Koepke. Schwartz still with the puck on his stick. Now gives it away in the far corner to McAvoy, who gets it clear. Larson will send the Kraken right back ahead. Dunn able to get around. Zadorov took the shot. Kick saved by Korpisalo. And the rebound got forced in behind the net. Zacha wins the battle.
Yeah, you don't want to be going forward at a guy at a puck carrier there. It's a huge disadvantage if you're doing that.
Here's Pasternak gaining the attack zone, moving in left circle. A shot by Grubauer with the save. Shot by Pasternak. And no rebound that time. We've got 8:19 to go here in the first period. And it's Seattle out to a 2-0 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Up Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Andy Everly, CEO of Environmental Pools, partnered with us.
Environmental Pools has been helping clients build the custom pool of their dreams for more than 30 years. When it was time to build our new facility for our business, we turned to our local partner at South Shore Bank. They built a custom funding package that will help us continue to grow all across New England.
South Shore Bank, sharing success. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Get holiday-ready offers, holiday-ready great offers, I should say, on the Bronco family, or get winter-ready with the Ford F-Series. 8:19 to go here in the first period. Seattle's out to a 2-0 lead. Power play goal by Oliver Bjorkstrand. Just 24 seconds in, and then a goal just after a power play had expired for Jaden Schwartz, his 8th of the year. And now a chance moving in right left side was Stevenson. Got forced wide of the net. Shot from the top of the faceoff circle by McCann. And Korpisalo got just enough of that.
He's dangerous. McCann is their leading goal scorer here so far this season. It's a good shot, but too many open bodies there in that offensive end here so far.
Montour chasing a free puck into the Boston zone. He'll leave it in the near corner. Burakovsky takes a hit from Geekie. It'll come around the near side, and Zaka's there. Lobs it out into the neutral ice. Brazo trying to find the handle on it. Gets tripped up coming across the line. No call. Brazo stays with a puck along the near boards against Schwartz. Able to pop it free. Got it back to Osterley at the point. Over to McAvoy. Centering.
He's looking for a tip there from Brazo. Brazo was 1 against 2. It looked like he got tripped up.
Certainly did. As Schwartz comes back through neutral ice. Osterley takes the puck from him. Elias Lindholm dumps one in from the neutral ice on Grubauer. Marchand gets canceled out in the near corner by Riker Evans. Puck comes bouncing around toward the far corner. And Borgen will play it up the wall. Out into neutral ice. Schwartz hands it off for Beniers. Cutting along the right wing side. A pass across. Broken up by Brazo. Marchand gets the outlet coming up the near side.
He's all by himself.
Yeah, he's all by himself indeed as the Bruins went for a change.
And at the end of a shift.
They'll come back out into neutral ice. Carlo's got it. Marchand heads toward the bench. Coyle will redirect a Zadorov pass deep into Seattle territory. Evans going behind his net. Sends it up the near boards for Tolvanen. Through neutral ice comes Beniers. Off to the left side, it's Bjorkstrand. Around the wall it comes. And right onto the stick of Tyler Johnson. Centers it up for Frederick coming through neutral ice. Handed off to Coyle. Coyle cutting down the right wing side. Shoots one off the outside of the post against Grubauer. Now Zadorov's got it back along the blue line. Steps to the center. Takes a shot through traffic.
I'll tell you, there's been some pucks there to be tipped by some of the forwards. They just have not gotten sticks on them. The Bruins, point men, are looking down low, and there's been some opportunities there.
Comes back into Boston territory. Zadorov will circle back behind his net. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first period. Pass kicked onto the stick of Kastelik. Kastelik able to fight his way through one man, and centering pass came all the way through and out.
That Wotherspoon, he's the fourth guy coming up the ice. Far side, he's got to go cross ice to get it to him, but just behind him.
Here's Beecher moving it toward the middle for Koepke. Got spun around. Beecher goes behind the net, try to stop her far post, and it'll be taken by Cartier and brought out of the zone. Cartier will throw it down into the right wing corner. Sprong on his horse against Wotherspoon as they go behind the net. Puck wrapped back around near side by Cartier. Will come out of the zone as nobody there for the Kraken at the point. Jump in now from center ice by Mitchell Stevens. Osterley and McAvoy both went back to play it. McAvoy spun it up the far side. In the neutral ice, Pasternak will chop it ahead. Here's Geekie. Geekie hands off to Zaka coming left. Circle a shot. Save made by Grubauer. And along the end boards, Geekie battling to win back possession. Gets it back to Osterley. Over to the far side for McAvoy. Pasternak a one-timer from the center of the blue line. That one redirected up and over the glass. 4:52 to go here in the first period. Bruins trailing 2-0 on the road. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business.
South Shore Select and the South Shore Sports Center have been staples within the sports community for over 50 years. Sports are a huge part of our family, and we are proud of the positive culture and community we have all built together. South Shore Bank provided us the financing to purchase the place we call home. We love our relationship with South Shore Bank. Our values are aligned. We believe in our people, and we hope to create lasting relationships within our community that transcend beyond a field or bank.
South Shore Bank, sharing success. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
4:52 to go here in the first period. Bruins trailing 2-0 during the break. We got another look at that play where Brazo went down.
Just confirmed our initial suspicion of Brandon Montour got away with a trip. Brazo's cutting on him, and Montour gets his stick right into the left skate of Brazo. It's a 1-on-2. He's carrying the puck. I don't know how it's not called, but it wasn't.
Elias Lindholm wins the faceoff, and the Bruins get it deep in the Seattle zone. McAvoy pivoting toward the far corner with the puck on his stick.
Tyler Johnson had a very similar situation, right, on his trip.
Yep, and they called it. McAvoy forced back into the Boston zone, gives the puck over to Osterley, near side for Marchand, just inside the red line. Tried to get it deep. Burakovsky picked that off. He'll bring it back through the neutral ice. Carries in across the Boston line over to the right side. And the one-timer by Stevenson off the back left.
Too much space. Just too much time and space right now.
Here's Borgen with a shot. That one blocked on its way through. Back of the net. Osterley trying to deny the pass out in front. And Korpisalo gets it covered. And a little pushing and shoving with Wotherspoon and McCann.
The Bruins, I mean, you're chasing they've had some good looks in the offensive zone here, but Seattle's had the better of the looks in this first period, and they've been helped by, an extra couple of power plays, but even 5-on-5, they've got their skating legs going, Seattle does.
So far, 12-8 shots in favor of the Bruins. Philip Grubauer has stopped them all. Face-off win here by Seattle as Larson gives it for Schwartz near side. Plays it back around behind the net. It got through a fallen Beniers in the far corner. Brandon Carlo there backs it up for Zadorov. Up the near side for Coyle. Sending a headman pass along to Frederick, and he sweeps it around behind the net. Larson takes it and heels out into the neutral ice, and Zadorov steps up and hammers Tanev. And the Kraken get whistled for an icing.
Tanev didn't have a problem with the hit, but he's asking the linesman. He said, I thought I touched that. Maybe it shouldn't have been icing. Getting an explanation from the linesman there. But yeah, Zadorov, it's a good time for a hit. It was got support in the middle. Step up there. But Tanev's not getting the answer he wanted.
Sure what happened after that, but Vince Dunn having some words with a few of the Bruins, including Parker Wotherspoon, as the team set up for a face-off in the Seattle zone. Near circle down to our left. 3:43 to go here in the first. Zacha wins the draw. Here's Pasternak. Shot smothered by Larson.
Larson stepped right out at him. That got to him, but you want to get the shot away coming from the left to right.
Dunn trying to bring it behind the net instead. Out in front for Pasternak. And his shot tipped just wide. Larson will steer it around towards Schwartz. Cross-ice pass onto the stick of Tanev. Fires one ahead. That's directed deep by Beniers. He goes after Wotherspoon in the near corner. Parker got it along for Pasternak, who drops it back to Wotherspoon with a little space. Peak. Deflected pass got to Zaka near the red line. Then he'll come angling back toward Wotherspoon at his own blue line. And as he tried to hand it off to Osterley, they got a little tangled up. Now Zaka's got it. Pasternak had it bounce away from him at center ice. And Beecher trying to push it into the Seattle zone and comes back toward the Boston bench as they were in the midst of a change. Now Bjorkstrand into the Boston zone. Shot blocked wide by Osterley. Big collision along the far boards as Kastelik took a hit. Deep into Seattle territory. Beecher right on Montour's tail. Helps force a turnover. Kastelik and Koepke in the far corner. Back behind the net it comes to Beecher. He'll play it off the far boards. Back to Osterley with the shot through traffic again. And Grubauer another save.
Nice low shot there. Just begging for a tip.
Buck will come back into the Boston zone and McAvoy skates back to get it. 2:15 to go here in the period. That's Brazo looking for Marchand as he tried to split defenders. Instead goes off into the far corner against Borgen. Buck played across ice here for Evans, and he'll start it up the right side for Seattle. Steps just inside the Boston line. Send one in front, and Stevens put a backhander wide. Marchand's got it back here for the Bruins. Into neutral ice comes Brazo. He's checked hard by Sprong as he tried to get into the Seattle zone. And now Brazo getting into it a little bit with Cartier as both guys were headed onto their respective benches and some words being exchanged over there. Wotherspoon with the puck on his stick. Angles it behind Korpisalo. Peak lifting one out through neutral ice off this glove of Frederick. Got into the Seattle zone and then Coyle able to keep it alive along the near side. Send it across to the far side for Peak. Shot kicked away. Here's Wotherspoon back at the near point. Plays it around behind the Seattle net. Frederick to the far corner gets to it first. And then he partially fanned the pass back toward the point. Kraken able to get it out. McCann will dump it back in wide of Korpisalo. Come to the final minute of this first period. Zaka tapped it over to Pasternak. Steps in across the Seattle line. Pasternak trying to stick handle away from defenders. Beniers will win that puck. Montour will start out. Montour's pass through neutral ice in the air. Gloved off of McAvoy. And then Schwartz winds up offside on the play.
Yeah, best chance for the Bruins came off the stick of David Pasternak in front. That was centered by Zaka. I think it went off the post or crossbar. Pasternak right in front of the net. No, Grubauer got it with the blocker. Wow, what a save. I thought maybe the post. Battle won by Geekie and Zaka. Zaka got that puck out, and Grubauer pushes off to his right and gets the blocker on it. That's point blank.
He's had a couple of solid saves in this first period. As Osterley brings it through neutral ice. A couple of them against Pasternak, including the Bruins on the power play earlier on. He played up the near boards and out of the Seattle zone. Tanev will bring it through neutral ice. Able to get around Geekie and get deep. Centering pass though denied by McAvoy. McAvoy will play it up the left side here for Pasternak. 13 to go in the period. Pasta sends it toward Grubauer, who sticked it off toward the corner. Taken out from behind the net here by Tolvanen. Spun back in back there, and the Kraken more than happy to watch the final seconds of the period tick off as they will take a 2-0 lead into the locker room after 20 minutes. Bruins with penalty trouble early. The power play goal by Oliver Bjorkstrand just 24 seconds into this one after Pasternak was whistled on a double minor for high sticking. And then Jaden Schwartz at the end of another power play brought about by a tripping call against Tyler Johnson made it a 2-0 game with his 8th of the season. So 2-0 after one. Back with our first intermission from Seattle on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Where'd you get those shoes? DSW has all the shoes you need for whatever you're into. You know, like running shoes that give new meaning to personal best. or everyday sneakers that make coffee runs look cool. Basically, DSW has all the best styles from the brands that always get it right, like Nike, Brooks, Timberland, and more. Oh yeah, did we mention they also happen to be the perfect price? Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store and DSW.com.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Sheldon Lloyd, owner of City Fresh Foods, partnered with us.
At City Fresh Foods, we employ locally, we feed locally, and we purchase locally. And when we were searching for a local partner to finance our new building, we wanted a bank that worked as hard as we do. South Shore Bank built a funding package to meet our needs and a long-lasting business relationship. They're investing in us and our mission to supply healthier food to our community.
Sharing your success, growing your business. That's above and beyond banking. South Shore Bank, member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. Whether it's a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, or powerful Ridgeline, turn your dream Honda into reality during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
First intermission here in Seattle. The Kraken have a 2-0 lead over the Bruins. And as part of our first intermission tonight, we're going to revisit our conversation with Bruins legend Phil Esposito. He joined us in the booth recently to talk about some old memories and some of the new ones created during his visit to Boston for the Centennial game.
I forget how cold it gets up here. I really do. Because I don't get back up north very often anymore. And you know, it's nice in the Tampa Bay area.
Take us through the whole celebration down there, Phil. I mean,
it was great.
I mean, last year they had some events here, and for the different eras, and then this year the guys that have their numbers retired, plus the captains, former captains, and just what it's been like for you to be back here.
This was really nice, but the one last time was special for me because you got to see the guys I played with in the 70s and 72. Winning the cups with, like Sheezy and guys like that. And so that was kind of special. This was special in a unique way. I was like just taken aback by the presentation and these beautiful.
I love it. He is wearing a blazer that has his number 7 and Bruins logos all embossed on the inside lining of it.
I didn't know you had the inside looks fantastic.
I mean, it's a gorgeous jacket, and I can't believe it fits. Usually, you have to get them fixed all the time, right? Well, this one fits, and it's just been a great time. These I don't want to say these kids, but these people that are putting it on and doing it, they do an awful lot of work. Those girls are really good at it. They do a lot of work. And I got to be, it's nice to see Bobby again and Cash. We flew up with Cash, Bobby and I, on a private plane, actually, Philip Morris plane. It was really, really nice to do. Man, if I was playing now, they told me I'd be making about 11, 12 million a year.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't change my lifestyle except for one thing. I would absolutely charter anywhere I wanted to go.
Oh, you didn't like those commercial placements?
Oh, I hate it. Especially now.
Yeah.
To go through all of that. But it's just nice being here. And I sometimes you forget how these fans are. They're really loyal. And they're insane. I call them insane. And, of course, it's 100 years, you know? In Tampa, they're going on, 32 years. So you think about 100 years, 32, there's a little bit of tradition going, but nothing like this. And that's what you look for.
Yeah.
That's what I look for. And I just wish we wouldn't have changed our uniforms to look like the Toronto Maple Leafs. Because, I don't like Toronto.
Earlier today, listening to Johnny Busick, all the way through to Patrice Bergeron,
Right.
just talking about the Bruins family. And
Yep.
I know you didn't play your whole career here. I know that,
Well, I wanted to.
I know you wanted to.
I did.
But, it's, I would imagine when you get a chance to get back together with some of those guys that you did play with, like, it's got to be like a lot of us who have friends where you might not have seen each other for years, but when you get back together, it's like you never missed a day.
Yeah, well, Kenny Hodge lives in Clearwater, so I see Kenny a lot, and Cash lives in Ocala. And I talk to him a lot on the phone and everything else. And of course, Bobby lives in Jupiter. We talk on the phone quite a bit now. And it's just nice to have that little synergy with everybody, And, but we know what we say now when we're talking. What's sore today? Oh, my back is bad. Oh, my knee is bad. Oh, I got a bad shoulder. I mean, basically, really ironic, but I used to think years ago when I heard guys like that talk, oh, man, I hope I never get like that. Here I am.
I know it was a really nice gesture to have Kenny Dryden out here, but I didn't like seeing him.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If I was on the ice with those kids and Kenny came out, I would have shot a puck.
Great to catch up with Phil Esposito recently at the Centennial game. After one here in Seattle, the Kraken with a 2-0 lead. Back to check the out-of-town scores next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Justin Gordon, CEO of AmRamp Accessibility, partnered with us.
AmRamp Accessibility has been making accessibility solutions for over 25 years. South Shore Bank secured a multi-million-dollar loan for us. They work just as hard for us as we do for our clients. They're not just helping our bottom line, they're helping us make our community more accessible for everyone.
Sharing your success, growing your business. That's above and beyond banking. South Shore Bank, member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston, the home of the Patriots, the Celtics, the Revs, and the Bruins. Boston's home for sports is 95 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station.
First intermission here in Seattle. The Bruins trailing the Kraken 2-0 as we check the out-of-town scoreboard. Plenty of finals already in the books from out east, including Toronto with a 3-2 victory tonight over Anaheim. The Penguins put up 6 goals in the third period to beat Montreal 9-2. New Jersey Devils with a 3-1 victory over L.A. The Flyers topped Detroit 4-1 the final. It was an overtime game winner for the Capitals as they beat Columbus on the road 2-1. 5-4, the Islanders, a winner over the Blackhawks tonight. Also a final, Nashville skated to a 4-1 victory in Dallas. They've gone final in overtime in Winnipeg. The Jets falling to the Vegas Golden Knights tonight, 3-1. In the third period, the Oilers have a 6-1 lead in Minnesota. End of the second, Utah with a 3-0 lead over Colorado. Also after 2, it's the Lightning leading Calgary 4-3, and Vancouver has a 2-0 lead over Florida after 1. Again, in Seattle, 2, the Bruins nothing. Second period coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR.
Counts. A new way to keep your teens safer as they grow, like making sure they've got the right gear for riding.
Knee pads.
Check.
And helmet.
Done. See you, Dad. New Instagram teen accounts. Automatic protections for who can contact your teen and the content they can see.
Deck your home with Blinds.com. DIY or let us install. Free design consultation. Plus free samples and free shipping.
Ho, ho, ho! Blinds.com invented a better way to buy custom high-quality window treatments with no showroom mock-ups or waiting around for quotes from pushy salespeople, saving you time and money for the holidays with upfront pricing right on our website.
Go right now to Blinds.com. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction guaranteed. Deck your home this holiday season with Blinds.com. Save up to 40% on select styles, plus a free professional measure. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
You have year-end goals. Constant Contact has what it takes to help you meet them faster. Sell more, raise more, and build real relationships with your audience with Constant Contact's digital marketing tools. Put the go in all your 2024 goals with email, social, SMS, and customized marketing campaigns built for you in just a few clicks. Now through December 4th, get 40% off any Constant Contact marketing plan for 3 months. Ready, set, go to ConstantContact.com and get started today.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats to your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
At Publicis Sapient, digital is in our DNA. For 30 years, we've helped the world's largest organizations digitally transform. Because we're Publicis Sapient. It's what we do. Inspiration can take you anywhere. It can take you to the C-suite of a global bank or the commissioner's office of a major sports league. It can take you to the top of Silicon Valley or around the world as a foreign minister. Inspiration can take you there and further, but it has to start somewhere. And for countless business leaders making an impact today, it started at the Eisenberg School of Management. Learn more at eisenberg.umass.edu.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days with a sporty new Civic, Accord, HR-V, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord or CR-V, a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic, and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The Sports Hub is home to your favorite teams, the New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and the Boston Celtics. Hear every game home and away right here, and get all the latest news from the front office, the locker room, and more. Tune in, on air, online, or on the Sports Hub app. Download it today. One of our Sports Hub hosts will be with you shortly. Thanks for listening.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Cane's is now open in Warwick at Bald Hill Road and West Natick.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
The Kraken control the face-off. It's Beniers along the far side circle. Just shoots and scores. Bjorkstrand looked like he tipped it in front. And the Kraken right to a 1-0 lead. Seattle up 2-0 as we get ready to start the second period. And fans, TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Bruins only gave up 3 even-strength shots in that first period, but trailed 2-0. One of those even-strength shots was at within about 2 or 3 seconds of the end of a power play, too. So 5-on-5.
Yeah, Seattle had some opportunities there, though, where they may have missed the net. A couple rebound chances. It just, the eye test for that period, just, I know that the Bruins had, the advantage in shots on goal, but it didn't pass the eye test. It's got to be better. It's got to be tighter defensively and determined at that in the offensive end. I thought there were tippable pucks for some of the forwards in that period. They just weren't able to get enough sticks on them. There was 1 or 2 tips, redirect, but Grubauer, of course, made a couple really good saves. That save on Pasternak was.
Bruins will come forward here, going from left to right on offense here in this second period. Geekie sends one cross ice to Pasternak, dropped it back to Osterley for a drive. Sticked aside by Grubauer. Now here Osterley again out of the point. Gives to Pasternak in the left circle. He'll bring it back toward the blue line himself. Toward the near side of the ice. He sends it around behind the net. McAvoy in deep. Off the far boards to Osterley, and in front for Geekie tip, but it went wide. On the far side boards. Kept in once again and sent across ice here by Zacha. Forced out of the zone by Alexiak and dumped into the Boston zone, but it's going to be whistled for an icing.
I know you do a lot of homework for them. You're very well prepared. I know that. How many penalty minutes do you think Alexiak has this year?
Oh,
just off the top of your head now. Don't look. Don't peek. I caught you peeking.
I'm trying not to peek. Is he a Lady Bing candidate?
For his size, yeah. He's got 8 penalty minutes this year
in 30 games.
And I mean, he's a tough guy when he needs to be.
6'7", 250.
He's a valuable part of this team. They've got a good defense, and Vince Dunn back in the lineup makes a lot of difference for them. I don't think he played the game against the Bruins earlier this season at the TD Garden, but he makes a big difference for them on that back end.
Puck carried ahead here by Tanev. He'll get in the Boston zone, stops along the far circle, deals it off for the trailer Stevenson, and now Schwartz along the far board. Toward the back of the net. Backhanded toward the near side for Dunn. Up top here for Larson along the center of the blue line. Passes left for Dunn. Back over far side to Larson. Down into the corner, and a centering pass by Stevenson was trying to find McCann coming down the middle. Dunn whips it across to the far side. Larson trips and falls along the far circle, but the Kraken keep it alive as Burakovsky throws a long shot in on Korpisalo, makes the pad save. Burakovsky played it back toward the corner. Out toward the blue line, and Larson trying to get it deep, but ricochets back out toward center ice. Dunn to McCann, right back in. Dunn with a deflected shot. Korpisalo knocks it out of the air to the blocker.
He had gone down expecting the shot to come through, and he had to reach up with that blocker to get a piece.
In the far circle, Zadorov able to win the puck back. We approach 2.5 minutes gone here in the second period. Trent Frederick will bring the Bruins ahead along the right wing circle. Backhands it around behind the net. Tyler Johnson giving chase, but Dunn will play it past him and out to neutral ice. Wotherspoon over to Peak near side. And now it's Frederick to spin it in behind the net.
Long shift for Larson and Dunn. They're still out there.
Here's Coyle sending a backhand around the near side. Peak trying to get it in front. Frederick out near the blue line. Taps it to keep it alive. Fired across ice by Peak. Johnson out of the far corner. Back to Wotherspoon with a shot just wide. Peak along the near wall will keep it alive out at the blue line. Backhanded in deep again by
Dunn
Frederick.
and Larson can't move.
Here's Peak from the point. Shot blocked in front by Dunn.
You've got pressure. You've got two defensemen that can't move. They're dead tired. You've got to realize that, and you can't get that shot blocked there.
On the near boards in the Boston zone. Then it'll come back to Evans at the point. He throws one toward the net. Kicked away there by Wotherspoon.
You got to take advantage of those situations.
Off the near boards, Johnson will tap it ahead. That awareness.
Yes.
Yeah. Sent deep here by Cartier. Wotherspoon will reverse it around to the far side for Peak. Hammered it off the boards ahead of Koepke. Kastelik picks up from there. Kastelik skating on into the Seattle zone. Takes a shot. Save made by Grubauer. Long rebound. Forced to the end wall off of Beecher. It'll come back to McAvoy at the right point. Over to Osterley. Osterley to the right circle for Beecher. Sent one in front. Had it redirected away from Kastelik, and now out of the zone it comes. Koepke's couldn't handle a pass from Osterley. In the neutral ice, Kastelik will whip it around behind the Seattle net to Koepke far side board. In deep Beecher, joined by Kastelik in behind the Seattle net. Pasternak just on, able to win the puck back along the far boards, but his centering pass finds only Ty Cartier. And the Kraken will get an easy clear here with Sprong. Playing on off the far boards, Beniers couldn't handle that pass. It'll come back to Pasternak through neutral ice and across the Seattle line. Pasternak gave it up, got it right back, moving along the near slot area and lost his edge. Schwartz goes back the other way. Sprong has it taken away, and here's Pasternak with a breakaway. Pasta moves in, goes to his backhand, only to have it knocked away by Montour. Zaka to Geekie, fanned the shot.
And then Zadorov had the rebound, and Grubauer had to scramble to get himself back in the net and get the left pad on it. Pasternak wanted a penalty there on Montour.
Alexiak got hammered by Zadorov deep in the Bruins zone. Montour back at the blue line. His shot redirected wide off Tanev. Tanev racing over to a free puck on the far boards. Deals it across ice here for Montour. Montour backhanded one through the slot. All the way off the far boards. Alexiak gets knocked off balance by Geekie. Pasternak will play it up through the neutral zone. Knocked away by Beniers. Bruins getting some changes on here.
The D have to stay, though.
Can backhands one around Zadorov into the near corner. Tanev around the far boards. Dunn skates onto it. Out of the blue line. Gets it across to Larson. A shot. Tanev again with a tip. This time Korpisalo made the save. Center blue line, Dunn. Pass off right side for Tanev. Back to Dunn, center of the blue line. Wines deals it near circle for Larson. It came free to Stevenson, and his shot turned away by Korpisalo. Bruins will throw it down ice. It goes in on Grubauer, so no icing. That gives Carlo a chance to get off the ice. Zadorov's still out there. Now as Frederick carries into the Seattle zone, Zadorov heads to the bench. Frederick backhanded one over Grubauer's head. Wotherspoon gave it to Tyler Johnson on the far boards. Here's to Peak now, center of the blue line, and his shot gloved by Grubauer to draw a whistle. 13:29 to go here in a fast-moving second period. Seattle has a 2-0 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Sheldon Lloyd, owner of City Fresh Foods, partnered with us.
At City Fresh Foods, we employ locally, we feed locally, and we purchase locally. And when we were searching for a local partner to finance our new building, we wanted a bank that worked as hard as we do. South Shore Bank built a funding package to meet our needs and a long-lasting business relationship. They're investing in us and our mission to supply healthier food to our community.
Sharing your success, growing your business. That's above and beyond banking. South Shore Bank. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
2-0 lead for Seattle, 13:29 to go in the second period. During the break, David Pastrnak was over talking with referee Chris Rooney about that breakaway a moment ago.
So was Brandon Montour. Montour was the guy that got the stick in on him. Looked like he got his lower hand. And, I mean, that, in my mind, in my estimation, that should be a penalty shot.
I mean, there's no question Pasternak's free and clear to the net.
That's true. And, I mean, like, he goes under the stick of Pastrnak. So he's not hooking him, right? He goes under the stick, but when you try to lift the stick and you get the lower hand, that's a penalty. You get hand, that's a penalty. If you just get stick, it's okay.
Right.
And that's a breakaway for Pastrnak. I'm surprised.
That's second time tonight. Tanev's got Montour's.
He deserved a tripping in there in the first.
Right.
Went undetected, but that's a breakaway.
Bruins have the puck deep here as Coyle sends it far side for Frederick.
Oh, yeah.
Comes out of the zone.
I think it's a good play. But if you get his hand, by the rule, it's a penalty.
Right.
Or a penalty shot.
Burakovsky hit on the far boards by McAvoy. Onto the stick of Osterley back in the Bruins zone. Ahead on the right side for Johnson. Johnson down the right circle. Rising shot up over the crossbar. Played out of the zone by Stevenson here for the Kraken. Comes across ice. Picked up by Evans, who's stopped short of a Johnson check. McAvoy's got it back here for the Bruins. Marchand gets the outlet pass in the neutral zone. Sends it ahead for Lindholm. Shoveled it on into the Kraken zone, but Montour right there. Thrown back in through the neutral ice and deep into the Bruins zone by Wright. McAvoy waits for it behind the net, sends it around the far boards. Nobody there, but it comes out to neutral ice, and Montour will drive one right back in deep.
Had himself a pretty good road trip, huh? Scored in New Jersey and the Island and Madison Square Garden.
Goals in 3 out of his last 4. Puck shot up and over.
Bjorksen can bring it. He's going high glove there.
Careening all the way back down the other end of the ice. Montour comes back, leaves it in the far corner. Geekie goes crashing in there against Bjorkstrand. The Kraken will skate away with the puck. Right out through neutral ice, and he backhands it deep from the red line. Zadorov settles back in behind the Bruins net. They're going from left to right here in the second period as Geekie drives one in. He played a couple of years here for Seattle before joining the Bruins. He's talking this morning in the locker room after morning skate about his drive across the continent after he signed with Boston. On the near boards here, Sprong throwing one up over the head of Korpisalo. Behind the net, Zadorov. Around the far boards, Larson will keep it in. They work it over to Dunn near side. His shot into the chest of Korpisalo for the whistle.
Yeah, it's Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the Seattle Kraken here tonight is Philip Grubauer, and for the Bruins, it's Jonas Korpisalo.
Geekie said he stopped at home in Manitoba on the way, a little bit out of the way, but he spent a few days at home with his parents and then drove to Winnipeg, south across the border, and he said you make a left and just keep going.
Well, I've got a good story about that, Ryan. I'll share with you when I drove home from Edmonton after my season.
Puck brought out through neutral ice, and Koepke will dump it in. Kastelik reversed it back around behind the net. Off the near boards. Here's Peak firing with Koepke in front. Grubauer the save. Puck cleared out, and here's Tanev getting behind the defense. Tanev with a backhand save made by Korpisalo, and he covers.
Tanev wants a penalty. Thought he got a hook on in front of the net. So Tanev just takes off. As soon as that shot is taken by Peak at the right point, and it's kicked out. He's got good traffic in front, and Koepke. It's kicked out by Grubauer, and then Tanev just takes off, and it's a big rebound. Seattle relays that puck up to Tanev. He fakes the shot coming down the left wing side. Yeah, there's no penalty there, I don't think, on Wotherspoon. It's a fake shot. He's a left shot coming down that left side. He tries to bring it to his backhand. I honestly think that's a good non-call. But good move by Tanev. Good thought there to try to fake that shot and then bring it, try to get Korpisalo to open up the legs.
Bruins get it cleared out through neutral ice here. And a product of Providence College, won a national championship there back in 2015. Played off the far boards here by Borgen.
I think he's unrestricted free agent, if I'm not mistaken. Borgen's another one who they really like. You know, with the addition of Montour, it kind of pushed Borgen down a little bit in the lineup, but there are a lot of teams like Borgen. They've got a good right side. Right? Larson's an underrated player, I think. Very good defender, good player.
Coyle dropping one off for Johnson. Back to Coyle, right circle, shot up over the net. Zadorov will spin it back in behind the net. You said that Kraken have a few of those guys who are coming up on free agency that they'd like to keep around here. Burakovsky takes a shot in on Korpisalo, blockered away.
And it's going to depend on where they are in the playoff structure at the deadline.
Razzo coming to the right circle, sends one across, in behind. Grubauer diving on toward the goal line. It's going to be a penalty shot. Montour diving on top of that puck in the crease.
Grubauer got a piece of it. He got off to his right. Nice passing play by the Bruins. He got to his right to make the save, but it trickled between the pads, and it was right on the goal line. And then Montour diving into the crease area. And referees are going to confer here in between the penalty boxes to see. He was in good position. The referee was, whichever referee was, down low. But a nice pass by Brazo makes it happen. Reaches around, good pass. This puck trickles. The puck might have gone in. Yeah. Okay. So they're going to check and see if it crossed the goal line. If it did not cross the goal line, it will be a penalty shot.
So we'll take a look at it as the officials do as well, and they do in Toronto.
You got everybody trying to get to that puck, and it looked like it might have trickled in, but I don't know if it got all the way across the line. It's definitely going to be partway there. Oh, it's hard to tell.
It really is.
It's at least 2/3 of the way over the goal line. At least.
Marchand and Montour's sticks kind of collide.
And then Montour comes over top of it. You can't tell.
From the camera in the net.
We've got a really good view over the net. It's not all the way over the goal line when Montour comes on top of it. So I think the Bruins are going to end up with a penalty shot.
Yeah, haven't seen anything that it would indicate it's 100% across, which is what they would need because it was not called a goal on the ice.
Right.
Referees over on the headset right now. And it looks like they have come to a conclusion. So let's hear what they have to say.
After reviewing the play, the puck did not completely cross the goal line. No rule. Penalty shot for concealing the puck in the crease.
So Montour covering the puck in the crease means a penalty shot.
It's going to be Brad Marchand taking it.
He was the guy who was denied the goal, but that doesn't necessarily mean he would have to take the shot.
Tell you what, that is so close. And then Montour comes over top of it, and you can't see it after that.
Yeah, his body obscured the puck at that point. So Marchand will get with the penalty shot here. Going from left to right. Picks up the puck with speed. Steps it across the blue line. Goes to his backhand and scores! Brad Marchand right down the middle. Deep to his backhand. And the Bruins cut it back to a one-goal game.
Yeah, a lot of speed by Marchand coming here. He's going to pick up this puck. Attack. He's going to kind of a little bit shade on that left side. Almost right down the middle, though. Fake shot. Goes forehand, backhand, gets Grubauer to open up and just slips that puck calmly through the 5-hole.
The captain with his team best 12th goal of the season coming on the penalty shot at the 10:28 mark of the second period. Seattle's lead now 2-1. As the faceoff win by Stevenson, Seattle looking to get it deep into the zone, and they do. Osterley will reverse it toward the near side. McAvoy upended along the near boards by McCann. Puck is cleared up the middle, and that's going to be an icing.
Montour like backed off that puck. Didn't even try to put a stick on it. He's an adventure, Montour. He's a good player, really good player, and the addition to him is really, like I said, legitimizes their defense, solidifies their defense. But he's active, he's physical, he's in your face, he's chirping. Good offensively. He's got the Stanley Cup resume.
Of course, part of that Florida Panther team a year ago is that puck shot wide of the net by Marchand. Here's Osterley along the near boards playing for McAvoy. Taken away. McCann's got it out near the blue line, and he will carry ahead up the near left wing side. Bumped across ice into the far corner, cleared out past the Kraken bench.
Yeah, they were changing, so they let that puck go.
Through the neutral ice, Beniers. He'll play it back down into the right wing corner. Wotherspoon backhands it behind the net. Pete up the near boards for Zacha. He backhands a floater across ice. Pasternak racing over to get to it first inside the Seattle zone. Cross ice pass. It comes to Zacha off the carom. Pete fires it back down low through Zacha onto Pasternak in the far corner. Chopped off his stick by Larson. Pasternak trying to win it back. It'll come to Beniers near circle. Into the middle for Dunn, carrying out of the zone. Pass ahead to Schwartz, directed around Pete. Wotherspoon reversed it back to the near corner. Zacha gave it up, got it back. Schwartz takes away a pass across the ice, stepping into a shot, but Peak in front of Korpisalo blocked it, and then cleared it away for Geekie. Here's Zacha on the right wing side, trying to get it back across the ice. That was blocked, and it'll be lifted down deep here by Cartier. Stevens canceled out behind the net by Zadorov. A centering pass. Sprong stepping back away from the net. Takes the shot around Carlo, but missed the net. Now back at the far point. Morgan. Deflected shot goes into the near corner. Geekie's without a stick. Along the near side boards, it's Evans. His pass hit Cartier in the leg. It'll come back toward the near side. Johnson able to tap it free. Going behind the net, Carlo. And it's taken off of his stick by Sprong. Geekie still without a stick. On his knee, got a piece of the puck, but kept alive by Sprong. Oregon out at the blue line now near side. Sends one a pass. Geekie far side. He's able to shove Evans away from the puck. And now Johnson over to try to dig it out of the zone. Geekie from his knees shovels it forward with a glove. And we got a big-time wrestling match going on out there as Zadorov's trying to drag somebody out of the pile here.
It started with Geekie, did it not? Johnson was over there as well.
Zadorov has a hold of Cartier. The officials trying to calm everybody down, and they will separate. And we've got 7:05 to go here in the second period. It's the Seattle Kraken leading the Bruins 2-1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Andy Everly, CEO of Environmental Pools, partnered with us.
Environmental Pools has been helping clients build the custom pool of their dreams for more than 30 years. When it was time to build our new facility for our business, we turned to our local partner at South Shore Bank. They built a custom funding package that will help us continue to grow all across New England.
South Shore Bank, sharing success. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Fans, the holidays are almost here. Pro Shop, powered by 47, has everything you need for the diehard on your list. Shop jerseys, tees, hats, and more, and give the gift of Bruins swag this holiday season. Visit bostonproshop.com to shop now.
Yeah, no penalties coming out of that. There was pretty good dust up there in front of the Seattle bench, but they elected call nothing. That's okay. Either even it up or call nothing. Take it.
7:05 to go here in the second. Seattle up 2-1. Holiday spirit alive and well in the Bruins locker room this morning before the morning skate. Team DJ Nikita Zadorov had the Christmas tunes rocking. Puck comes deep into the Seattle zone. Spun around behind the net. Out to the far side and brought through neutral ice by Bjorkstrand. Down deep into Boston territory. Peak reversed it around toward that far side. Cut off by Bjorkstrand. Here's Alexiak. Trying to get it to the front of the net. Blocked by Kastelik. Wotherspoon will take it. Coyle backhands a floater out through neutral ice. Montour dropping one back for Alexiak. Now it's Bjorkstrand to dump it in. Far corner. Wotherspoon there first. Gets finished behind the net by Tolvanen, but Peak will push it out into neutral ice. Wotherspoon has it from the red line. Dumps into the left wing corner behind the net. Grubauer reversed it back toward that far side. In the neutral zone, Tolvanen played it forward. Osterley's got it on his stick. McAvoy spins it up the near boards. Larson got a piece of it. Osterley found it in the neutral ice. Pass in the direction of Kepke. Deflected up into the air. Kepke throws one toward the net. Grubauer made sure it went wide of the near post. And now the Kraken head back the other direction. McCann tried to drop one out near the blue line for Larson, who didn't expect it. McCann now able to keep it alive over to the far circle. Korpisalo made the save on Burakovsky. And the Bruins get it back out to neutral. Right back in. Dunn finds a free puck near the blue line. Pass for McCann in the corner. Dunn gets in behind the net. Back to McCann. Sends it back toward the blue line as Beniers was just coming on from the bench. Didn't get there in time to keep it in. Now Beniers gives away to McAvoy near the blue line. McAvoy will skate it forward. Bruins getting some changes on here as Geekie works his way down the left wing boards. Goes around behind the Seattle net. Backhands a pass back to Carlo at the right point. Gives it back to Geekie along the hash marks. He pivots away from pressure and now lost it. Tanev will start the Kraken through neutral
good
ice.
pressure by Beniers there on Geekie to separate him from that puck.
Tanev around behind the Bruins net. Reverses it around the far boards. And Evans will chip it back toward the corner. Zadorov right there. Zadorov withstands a Tanev check. Passes up the middle here for Zacha.
Keeps his body between Tanev and the puck.
Pasternak will pick it off the far boards. Having trouble with a fallen Evans. Kraken get it cleared here. Tanev will send it softly into the Boston zone. Both teams getting some changes on as we approach 4:20 to go here in the second period. Bruins trail 2-1 here on the road. Marchand on the right wing circle. They'll swing it back to Peak at the point near side. Around behind the net. It's swatted at by Montour. Kept in deep and around the near side it comes. Backed up by Stevens. Montour will take it toward the far circle. Pass out into the neutral ice. Sprong kept it moving forward. Peak goes behind the Bruins net. Pass finds Coyle. Cross ice. Brazo hammers it off the near boards and deep. Now Brazo will get it off the near board himself and tried to center, but that was broken up. Instead, it's Kastelik in the right wing corner. Kastelik goes behind the net with a rolling puck right along the dasher. He'll play it in front. Save made by Grubauer, and he covers up as Brazo was on the doorstep. 3:33 to go here in the second period. Bruins down 2-1 in Seattle on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business.
South Shore Select and the South Shore Sports Center have been staples within the sports community for over 50 years. Sports are a huge part of our family, and we are proud of the positive culture and community we have all built together. South Shore Bank provided us the financing to purchase the place we call home. We love our relationship with South Shore Bank. Our values are aligned. We believe in our people, and we hope to create lasting relationships within our community that transcend beyond a field or bank.
South Shore Bank, sharing success. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Brad Marchand's penalty shot goal here in the second period has the Bruins back within 1. 3:33 to go here in the second. That goal is our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. And the Kraken got 2 goals in the first 5 minutes and change in the first period. One of them officially on the power play, one just after a power play had expired.
Yeah, no penalties here in this second period. Bruins overall out shooting the Kraken 24-13.
Off this face-off in the offensive zone, Osterley feeds it across for McAvoy. Here's Marchand, a turnaround shot from the near circle. Grubauer got a piece of that with his stick. On the end boards now, Zacha pinned to the boards. To be taken around toward the far side and brought out of the zone by Stevenson. He'll dump it around behind Korpisalo. McAvoy with a big hit near side boards, and the Bruins will move it up ice with Pasternak gaining the attack zone. Centering pass for Osterley. Knocked away, but right to Zacha. McAvoy's got it out near the blue line. Osterley working his way toward the far side of the blue line. Throws it into traffic in front. Knocked down with Pasternak. And the puck is cleared up by Alexiak. Burakovsky into the Boston zone, shooting around Osterley and off the back glass. Dunn off the long carom. Shouldered off it by Zacha. Behind the net to Osterley. Far boards, it got through Johnson and out. Tolman reaching for it near the center ice circle. Gave it away. Zacha gets it from Osterley and sends it deep. And the Bruins will start a change with 2:25 to go in the period. Handed off here for Bjorkstrand. Moving ahead. Bjorkstrand trying to get one across. It was deflected, but Tolmanen got the shot from right between the circles.
Tolmanen's dangerous. Bjorkstrand got that puck to him.
Gorov got it into the far corner, but the Kraken control. Here's Dunn. Fumbled a pass from Larson. Able to send it around the far side. Bjorkstrand centering pass to the far circle and wired wide of the net by Wright. Dunn over to Larson, far circle. It was around Kastelik, who went down to try to block a centering feed.
Good hit by Zadorov on Larson down low.
The two of them jousting as the puck heads up ice. Pastelik getting body position on Dunn inside the Seattle zone. Forces it off into the corner. Pastelik down on top of Bjorkstrand's stick. And then Pastelik will head back to the bench as the Bruins had gone for a change. Here's Geekie working his way back through the neutral ice. Try to shoot off the leg of Larson. Geekie sends to the back of the net for Coyle.
Had Brazo wide open in front. If he handled that puck cleanly.
Coyle sends behind the net to Geekie. Shovels it around the boards to the far side point. Wotherspoon throws one toward the slot. Knocked out of the air by Coyle, but cleared out here by the Kraken. Brazo going to gather it back into the Seattle zone. Geekie along the left wing circle. Centering pass for Brazo. And Coyle right there on the doorstep as well. Denied by Grubauer. Schwartz will play it back into Boston territory with 45 to go in the period. Pete gives it to Coyle coming out. Coyle through neutral ice. Gives to Pasternak just inside the Seattle line. Around to the far side corner, Marchand. Will keep it moving back around to the near side. Pasternak out near the blue line to McAvoy. A one-timer up off the back glass. Knocked away from Zacha in behind the net. 24 to go in the period. McAvoy near side. Sends one to the top of the face-off circle for Zacha. His shot is angled up off the glass as well. Near side boards, Marchand kicking it back to his stick. 12 to go in the period. To McAvoy, center of the blue line. Threw it in front, tipped by Pasternak, but never made it to Grubauer. Here's Marchand from the near circle off a feed from Zacha. Grubauer covers that one up with 2.8 to go.
Yeah, he had a couple tired bodies out there. The third pairing out there for Seattle, trying to go to work in the offensive zone. Pasternak and Marchand have been together here for parts of this second period, especially for the offensive zone faceoffs, and they'll leave them out here for this. There's only 2.8 seconds to go, but maybe an opportunity right off the draw if you can win it clean.
Seen that a few times in recent games from Joe Sacco, not necessarily putting those guys together for the entirety of the game, but when he feels like they could use a little offensive jolt.
They got Pasternak poised right in the slot here. Zacha can win it.
He does not. Kraken control, and after Stevenson's win of the faceoff, the clock expires in the second period. So the Bruins get the penalty shot goal from Marchand just past the midway point of the second, and they will be down 2-1 as we hit the second intermission. We'll be back to recap the game so far coming up here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Sheldon Lloyd, owner of City Fresh Foods, partnered with us.
At City Fresh Foods, we employ locally, we feed locally, and we purchase locally. And when we were searching for a local partner to finance our new building, we wanted a bank that worked as hard as we do. South Shore Bank built a funding package to meet our needs and a long-lasting business relationship. They're investing in us and our mission to supply healthier food to our community.
Sharing your success, growing your business. That's above and beyond banking. South Shore Bank, member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Full house this holiday?
Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
So Marchand will get with the penalty shot here, going from left to right. Picks up the puck with speed. Steps it across the blue line. Goes to his backhand and scores! Brad Marchand right down the middle, deep to his backhand, and the Bruins cut it back to a one-goal game. And that is where we stand at the end of two here in Seattle. The Kraken with a 2-1 lead on on their two first period goals, and then Brad Marchand with a lone goal so far. That goal, by the way, moves him ahead of Mario Lemieux. He is now tied with Pavel Bure with 7 penalty shot goals in his career for the most in NHL history. Back alongside Bob
Pretty
Beers.
good names right there.
Not bad, huh? So after two periods, I mean, what are your thoughts so far as the Bruins try to come from behind here in the third?
Well, once they pulled themselves up off the mat there early, I mean, you know, you just get yourself into penalty trouble. The double-minded of Pastrnak is trying to lift the stick of Alexiak, but I mean, there's no question it's a penalty and it's a double-minder. Got him pretty good and cut him wide open. So, you know, and that's right off the bat, and it didn't take them very long, the Kraken, to score. Right, a tip-in goal by Bjorkstrand on a nice feed from Beniers from the left wing side. So you're already down one, and then before the 5 minutes is gone in the game, you take another penalty. And I know it wasn't on the power play, but for all intents and purposes, it was a power play goal. You know, you weren't even back in the play yet, and they tuck it. That was Tyler Johnson coming out of the box. It was an offensive zone tripping call, and he hasn't played a ton here in this game. But you know, you get another goal. Now you're down 2-0. It's like all of a sudden we've got an uphill climb, and you got to kind of reel it in a little bit. They got out of the penalty troubles, which was good. I thought their power play was an effective one. They didn't score. This is in the first period.
Right.
Neither team took a penalty in the second period, I don't believe. And you know, I thought that, you know, from the Bruins standpoint, you know, 5-on-5, they've been pretty good here in this game. They have allowed some chances. You know, Seattle's come at them pretty good at different times, but it's been kind of quick hits for Seattle, and then, you know, the Bruins have had that zone time. But I think that there's been some opportunities there for tips. They've started to get some sticks on a couple of pucks down low, and Grubauer's made some good saves. Good move by Marchand. That was everybody getting hungry around the crease area, trying to get to that loose puck. And I thought Brazo made a good play. He's involved offensively here in this game. You know, there could have been, Pastrnak had a breakaway in that period, and that could have been, I mean, you could have made an argument that should have been a penalty shot. You know, as Montour reached in and got the lower hand there of Pastrnak, but no penalty called, no penalty shot called. But they stick with it. So, look, you're only down one. You tightened up a little bit more defensively in that period. You didn't give up much. You did give up some, but not much. You know, there were a couple chances off the right. It was a 2-on-2 rush where Toivonen got an opportunity. Him and Bjorkstrand had a 2-on-2 rush. That, you know, if you back in a little bit too far, all of a sudden they're getting a good opportunity there. So, you know, that gap could have been a little bit better. But you're right there in this game. You know, it's been far better than the other day against Winnipeg in terms of, you know, where you're at and some of the chances you've given up. Now you got to come back, and you got to get. Now you have to have that sense of urgency here in the third period without cheating and giving up anything on that back end.
And offensively, you know, we've mentioned a few times tonight, Bruins have had a lot of traffic in front of Grubauer.
They've got there. Yeah. He's seen some pucks, though, too. And, you know, I think that they've done a better job as the game has gone on to get to the front of the net. You know, I mentioned in the first period, I thought that there were some tippable pucks down low where the defensemen for the Bruins, you want them to shoot with a purpose, right? You want them to shoot to make sure that you're going to have an opportunity to get a stick on it, or it's going to create a rebound. And, you know, now it's up to the forwards to be able to get to some of those areas. So, and you had mentioned, we were talking off the air, that, you know, Elias Lindholm, they're doing it without Elias Lindholm. He left in that second period, did not return at whatever point it was. So
about 12 minutes plus of that second period.
So a little shorter bench for them, and I expect it to be a fairly short bench here in the third as they try to get back into it.
Yeah, so the Bruins down 2-1, and we'll see, you know, what they can put together here in the third period on the road. You know, obviously, you know, fresh in our minds is that third period going sideways the other night against Winnipeg. But
yeah, but they also,
totally different.
The game before that, they came from behind.
Yeah.
They were down a couple of goals, and they came from behind and won it. So, yeah, and you're also playing a different team here. So this is, you hopefully you learn from your mistakes in that game against Winnipeg, and that you make sure that you're ready to go here in the third. You're trailing by 1. It's right there for you. You've got to be, you got to have that sense that we're not going to be denied here in this third period in the offensive zone.
Oliver Bjorkstrand's 10th of the year on the power play. Just 24 seconds in, opened the goal scoring for Matty Beniers and Chandler Stevenson. Then at 5:14 of the first, it was Jaden Schwartz making it 2-0 Seattle with his 8th of the season, set up by Shane Wright. In the second period, Brad Marchand with the penalty shot goal at 10:28 of the second cuts it back to a 2-1 lead, which is where we are right now. Shots on goal through 2 periods are 25-14 in favor of the Bruins, who are 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Seattle officially 1 out of 3. Our music of the game is brought to you by Live Nation. Linkin Park from Zero World Tour 2025 is live in Boston, and due to demand, a second show added July 31st at TD Garden. Get your tickets Friday at livenation.com. We'll be back to check the out-of-town scoreboard next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Sheldon Lloyd, owner of City Fresh Foods, partnered with us.
At City Fresh Foods, we employ locally, we feed locally, and we purchase locally. And when we were searching for a local partner to finance our new building, we wanted a bank that worked as hard as we do. South Shore Bank built a funding package to meet our needs and a long-lasting business relationship. They're investing in us and our mission to supply healthier food to our community.
Sharing your success, growing your business. That's above and beyond banking. South Shore Bank, member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Second intermission here at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. The Seattle Kraken lead the Bruins by the score of 2-1. We take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Finals from earlier, the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2 winners over Anaheim. Pittsburgh explodes with 6 goals in the third period. They beat the Montreal Canadiens 9-2. New Jersey Devils 3-1 winners over the LA Kings. Kings had a 6-game win streak coming into that one. Philadelphia 4-1 over the Detroit Red Wings. In overtime, the Washington Capitals defeat the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-1. Islanders 5-4 winners over the Chicago Blackhawks. San Jose takes down St. Louis 4-3. Nashville gets a much-needed win, 4-1 winners over the Dallas Stars. In overtime, Vegas gets a 3-2 win over the Winnipeg Jets. Edmonton explodes for 7. They beat the Minnesota Wild 7-1. Utah 4-1 winners over the Colorado Avalanche. Tampa Bay scores 8, and they beat the Calgary Flames 8-3. At the end of 2 periods, Vancouver has a 3-0 lead over the Florida Panthers. Here in Seattle, it's Seattle 2 and the Bruins 1. Third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
Deck your home with Blinds.com. DIY or let us install. Free design consultation. Plus free samples and free shipping.
Ho, ho, ho! Blinds.com invented a better way to buy custom high-quality window treatments with no showroom mock-ups or waiting around for quotes from pushy salespeople, saving you time and money for the holidays with upfront pricing right on our website.
Go right now to Blinds.com. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Deck your home this holiday season with Blinds.com. Save up to 40% on select styles, plus a free professional measure. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What you do with your MBA matters, and so does choosing where you earn it. At the Eisenberg School of Management, you'll gain the skills, experience, and connections needed to excel in a rapidly evolving business world. And whether you choose to learn in the classroom, online, or somewhere in between, it all starts right here at Eisenberg. Learn more at eisenberg.umass.edu.
Introducing Instagram Teen Accounts, a new way to keep your teens safer as they grow, like making sure they've got the right gear for riding.
Knee pads.
Check.
And helmet.
Done. See you, Dad. New Instagram Teen Accounts, automatic protections for who can contact your teen and the content they can see.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network.
Boston, the home of the Celtics, Bruins, Rams, and Patriots. Boston's home for sports is 95 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. This is a black and gold flashback.
Bruins pressing in the Oakland zone. Stanfield has it. At the point, feeds it into Busick in the left wing corner. Back out to Stanfield. Looking for Esposito in front. Across to Orr on the right side. Back to Stanfield. Busick in the left wing corner, halfway in. Feeds it in front. Esposito shoots, scores! Esposito's 23rd goal of the season brings the Bruins to within 3-2 of Oakland. And for Esposito, that's goal number 300 of his career.
Yeah, tonight's black and gold flashback taking us back to this date in 1971 as Phil Esposito, who we heard from during that first intermission, scored his 300th career goal that night in a 4-2 loss to the California Golden Seals in Oakland. Here in Seattle tonight, Bruins trail 2-1 as we go to the third period. Not good news from the Bruins PR staff, who informs us Elias Lindholm will not return to tonight's game with an upper body injury. Did not play in the final 12-plus minutes of that second period and will not return this evening.
You know, not only do you lose a centerman, you lose a reliable guy in the face-off circle. And I know that he's taken a little bit of heat for point-wise this year, not putting up the points, but he also does a lot of good things for you out there to cover up for some of the mistakes that are made.
Lindholm had gone 55+% in the face-off circle tonight. So that's part of the reason that we saw the juggling of the lines in the latter half of that second period by Joe Sacco.
So now you got Coyle, Marchand, and Brazo starting this period.
Bruins will head up to Vancouver after this one tonight. Continue the road trip against the Canucks on Saturday night. That's a 10 o'clock Eastern time face-off.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I just read the scores. They lead Florida 3-0 here after 2 periods, I believe.
As we get this one underway in the third period, Bruins down by a goal. They'll go from right to left on offense here in the third as McAvoy knocks down a dump-in effort, plays it over to the near side. Osterley and up ice for Marchand. It takes a bump from Montour but gets it deep. Puck sends back around to the near side, and a cross-ice pass picked up by McCann. Fired in wide of Korpisalo off the near boards. Osterley helps to free that puck. Brazo gets it out of the zone, taps it around Alexiak, and chases it into the far corner of the Seattle zone. Brazo trying to get it to Marchand, taken away. McCann got it out near the blue line, and as Carlo tried to fire it back into the zone, it hit Zacha, who goes down and skids all the way back.
Marchand having a conversation with Montour. Montour gave him a pretty good cross-check. Stepped up, but then he gave him a cross-check behind, well behind the play. He gets away with a lot. He really does. He's always done it. He's always been able to get away with it. He's good at it. So I leave Edmonton.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm going back 30 years. 1994. No GPS or anything like that, right? I talked to the equipment guy in Edmonton. It's at the end of the season. I got to drive back to Boston. I said, help me out. What's my best way? He goes, this road right here is near the arena. He goes, you get on that road, you go east, stay on it for 12 hours.
There's a shot from a wide angle.
Stay on this road for 12 hours. And part of it was highway, part of it was, Tulane. You're going through a bunch of towns. He said in 12 hours, you're going to get to Winnipeg. When you get to Winnipeg, make a right. And he said, you're going to go down to North Dakota, and once you get there, you're on your own. Like, I just know Canada. He was exactly right. I was on one road for 12 hours heading east.
Well, the reason this comes up is that was essentially, he was coming from Seattle, but that was essentially what Morgan Geekie did when he signed with Boston. He said,
but he's from Manitoba, so he knows those roads.
Yeah, he said he stopped at home in Manitoba for a few days, and then he did exactly what you said, is go to Winnipeg, headed down across the border, and then make a left and just keep heading east until you hit the water, basically. As Schwartz throws one in front, just out of Korpisalo's reach and wide of the far post. Off the far boards, it'll come to Dunn out near the blue line. He sends it back in toward the far corner. Peak able to chop it free onto Frederick, and he passes in front of the net for Wotherspoon. Dumped in from the red line by Wotherspoon all the way around the far side. Picked up off the boards by Kastelik, trying to make his way to the net. Kepke gets upended in the far corner by Bjorkstrand. Puck kept alive, though, by Beecher. Fedorov sends it down deep here for Kepke. Took a bump from Larson. Kastelik chasing a puck into the far corner against Dunn. Got it back to Carlo with the right point and spins it back in behind the net. Collision between Beecher and the referee down in the near corner as Bjorkstrand works the puck forward, but an offside here for Seattle, the attacking blue line.
Yeah, it's hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Any idea how long that trip took, all things considered, from Edmonton to Boston?
I stopped in Winnipeg, slept over there, and then slept over just east of Chicago somewhere. No, I got to Buffalo because that's where I had some family in Buffalo. That's where it was.
So 3 days, essentially?
Yes.
By yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with a packed car.
Puck in the neutral zone, tap forward here by Beecher. He's got Kastelik on the left wing circle, took the shot, Grubauer the save, and then drops a glove on the rebound.
Some great towns, along the way, small Canadian towns. remember one of my teammates, Kelly Buckberger, saying, "Oh, you're going to go right through my town? You know, my family owns the diner there. Stop and have dinner." They were closed. It was too late at night. But it literally was. That's what it was.
Morgan Geeky's from one of those towns.
Yes, I know.
Straight Clair, Manitoba. He said we don't even have a stop sign on Main Street. Face-off win here by Zacha. Pasternak tapped it back toward the point. Here's McAvoy with a drive, and Grubauer's got that one.
So now you got Pasternak, Marchand, and Zacha. So all kinds of different combinations here in this third period, especially without Lindholm in there.
Get another attack zone face-off here for Zacha. Far circle down to our left this time. We got 2:21 gone by in the second period. Or in the third period, rather. Bruins down 2-1. Zacha tossed out of the face-off circle, so Pasternak is going to get in there against Chandler Stevenson. They tie each other up off the face-off, and the puck pulled behind the net here by the Kraken. Montour from the near circle sends it across for Alexiak from the red line. Try to dump it deep. McAvoy cut it off along the far boards. Pivots away from Stevenson. Pasternak will send a long pass out through neutral ice here for Marchand. Finds Osterley cutting down the left circle for the shot. And forced wide of the net by Grubauer.
Oh, good hit by Marchand.
Pasternak in front. Tipped just wide here by Coyle. Sent back around toward that far corner.
That created that chance. Marchand with the hit on Burakovsky behind the net.
Burakovsky's going to move it forward here for Seattle. He works his way down the right wing circle. It's around behind the net. Puck still on his stick as he brings it back toward Dunn. Dunn centering pass. Score! That's going to get looked at. As it looked like from here, that might have been tapped in with a high stick. Officials will have a look, but Seattle, for the moment, has a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, referee was in a good spot, but it's close. Dunn picks this out of the air to knock it home. Good chances blocked off by McAvoy. Puck pops in the air. Ooh, that's close.
It's got to be above the crossbar for this to not count.
For a goal, it's above the crossbar. The problem is it's a goal at ice level. You have to have, it's got to be definitive that it's above the crossbar. I think it is.
I mean, he takes an overhead swing at this puck.
That looks above the crossbar to me. And they're going to look at it right now.
These are always tough.
They are.
Because you don't have a camera right at the level of the crossbar to get that definitive look.
I'd feel a lot better if they had a no goal at ice level.
Yeah.
And we're looking to overturn it.
So the officials taking a look at this
Maybe
one.
it's me just wanting it to be above the crossbar. I think it's above the crossbar. We've had a couple good looks at it.
Replay on our monitor right now. It's
after video review, the call on the ice is confirmed. It's a good goal.
Wow.
That did not take them long at all to say confirmed. I figured we were going to be in for a few minute wait at
we
least.
just got a good look at it.
I mean, confirmed to me means they saw an angle that it was clear below the crossbar, and I thought,
it didn't take
like
long.
you did, the opposite of that.
Joe Sacco's he's like, really?
He's looking at the monitor at his feet right now, and so it goes down as a goal. Vince Dunn's fourth of the year, and the Kraken have a 2-goal lead here early in the third. A good shot out of play as they tried to get it deep into Boston territory. So some good hand-eye coordination by Vince Dunn, who now has 7 points in 7 games since returning from missing 19 games with an upper body injury. Peak will play it from just inside the Boston line. Up ahead, Kastelik into the far corner. Up against Wright and Evans. Kastelik able to get it through to Geeky. Back to Peak at the far point. On him, Wotherspoon near side. His shot knocked down in front. Beecher finds the handle as he comes toward the near boards. Forced off it by Wright. Beecher staying with it. Now Wright will backhand it toward the far circle. We approach 4 minutes gone in this third period. Bjorkstrand got it through Wotherspoon. Peek in the near corner. Puck is tapped toward the face-off dot by Tolvanen. Bjorkstrand will turn and wheel it around behind the net all the way to the far side. Peek finds Geekie coming out of the zone, and from the red line he'll send it deep. Matty Beniers going to start out of the Seattle zone. Sends a pass off to the left side for Jaden Schwartz. He shoots up off the back glass. Thrown out into the neutral zone. Montour had his pocket picked by Pasternak. He gives to Zacha on the left wing side. Zacha going to pivot it in behind the net. All the way around to the far side. Pasternak gets over there to make the play on it and get it back deep. Alexiak going behind the net. Pressured by Zacha. Played it up off the near glass, and that one will make it just far enough for an icing.
Yeah, uphill climb just got a little steeper. I mean, that's close. I'm surprised it was that quick. I really am. I'm glad it was quick. I mean, you don't like need them to go on and on, but if it's not definitive, they can't overturn it because it was a goal at ice level.
Right.
It has to be definitive.
And just the way that they said it was confirmed. I mean, it wasn't the centering pass here broken up.
Montour again takes down Pasternak down by the front of the net.
Pasternak and
gets
Montour
away with it.
Having words back in the Seattle zone as the puck down the other end.
He's a pest.
Pasternak's tired of dealing with him.
In the best of ways, I'm saying. I say it as a compliment.
Here's Burakovsky stepping into the right wing circle. Drops one back, and the shot by Stevenson blocked. Second effort by Burakovsky finds the back glass. Thrown in front. McAvoy kicked it to Osterley and gets it out into the neutral zone. Larson back in his own zone here for Seattle. 14.5 to go in regulation. It's a 3-1 Kraken lead. Osterley kicks it back for Wotherspoon. Now Osterley to the near side. It's Coyle. Fired ahead here, Johnson. Johnson cutting through the Seattle zone to the top of the right circle. Shot back toward the left side, but wide of Grubauer. Wotherspoon stepped into Burakovsky, who is able to maintain possession of the puck. He will drag it out toward the red line and backhand it around behind Korpisalo. Steps out of the net and plays it back toward the near side. Wotherspoon ahead to Coyle in the neutral zone. Coyle trying to get it to Peek, who was coming with speed through the neutral ice, but it hit a skate. Volleyed back toward the Boston line. Peek trying to hold off Cartier. Puck comes toward the side of the net. Wotherspoon got it there. Angled out of the zone and up ice. Kepke chasing Evans deep into the Seattle end, but Evans worked it back towards Sprong. He will wrap it in behind his own net. Borgen lobbed out to neutral ice. Played away from McAvoy. Here will be Sprong right down the middle. Stevens puts one up off the glass. McAvoy will send it out toward the blue line here for Kastelik. Zadorov will drive it in behind Grubauer. Zadorov getting in there after Evans, who reversed it toward the near corner. 13:05 to go here in the third. Geekie a takeaway on the far boards. As he tried to center it, was knocked up into the air over a leaping Marchand. Grubauer gloves it to draw the whistle. We've got 12:59 to go here in regulation. It's Seattle 3 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Justin Gordon, CEO of AmRamp Accessibility, partnered with us.
AmRamp Accessibility has been making accessibility solutions for over 25 years. South Shore Bank secured a multi-million-dollar loan for us. They work just as hard for us as we do for our clients. They're not just helping our bottom line, they're helping us make our community more accessible for everyone.
Sharing your success, growing your business. That's above and beyond banking. South Shore Bank, member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Fans, all season long, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation is donating $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity for every Bruins assist. Bruins have the penalty shot goal from Brad Marchand tonight, but obviously unassisted on that. But you can learn more about our Feeding the Puck for Families program at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Bruins down 3-1, 12:59 to go here in the third period. A happy Friday to those of you listening back on the East Coast.
That was a pretty good save there made by Korpisalo. Mitchell Stevens coming right down the slot. Tried to go high to the glove side. Korpisalo fought it off.
Here's Pasternak with a one-timer off a setup from Marchand.
That hurt.
Here's a drive by Zadorov. That one goes up and over the net. Now Pasternak against center blue line as McAvoy set him up for a one-timer. That one is grabbed by Grubauer.
Geeky right where he should be in front of the net. I think that the first shot caught Tanev. First shot by Pasternak. And Montour battling in front of the net with Geeky. The next one eventually gets through. Pasternak rotated out high into the middle of the ice to get that shot.
Off the face-off, this one comes to McAvoy at the right point. Hands off for Marchand, throwing one toward the net. That's blocked high slot.
Tanev again.
Tanev struggling to get up. He was just shaking off the first one and now heads back to the bench after blocking another one. Through neutral ice comes Burakovsky across the line, down the right wing circle. Hands off to Montour. Montour cutting in front, but backhander is forced wide. Dunn at the left point, over to Montour near side. Fires to Burakovsky in the near slot. They're coming toward the near side circle. It's tripped up against Frederick, but got it back to the point for Montour. Dunn angles it into the corner. A centering pass looking for Stevenson. Forced back to the near circle. Now a cross over to the far side for Dunn out of the blue line. Montour to McCann. Fires. Knocked down by Korpisalo and then laid out with a paddle with his stick.
It could have been McAvoy sweeping that puck away.
Bruins got it out with 11:35 to go. Down 2. Larson from his own blue line. Bjorkstrand gets the feed from Dunn, steps into the Boston zone. Wotherspoon rides him into the corner. Centering pass broken up that time by Peak. Zaka will lift one out into the neutral ice. Dunn in front of the Bruins bench will wrap it back in around behind Korpisalo. Johnson, near side near the blue line. Brings it across ice into open space. Peak is there first. Plays it into the neutral ice. Johnson lost it. Right. To bring it back into the Boston zone, cutting toward the near right side. Challenged by Johnson and Pasternak. He sweeps it around behind Korpisalo again. Wotherspoon able to win it back, but then lost it right back to Tolvanen. Out in front, they score! Bjorkstrand off the near post and in, and it's 4-1.
Yeah, Wotherspoon has this puck behind the net, but he really has nowhere to go with it. He ends up getting stripped of the puck. And then the passing play to get this puck to Bjorkstrand. We mentioned he's got a very good shot. And he's not going to make a mistake from the slot. It's a great opportunity for him. They rotate this puck down low. Wotherspoon's going to eventually get to it when they try to cycle it back. But then he turns it over there. He's got 2 guys on him. And they're going to rotate this puck into the slot area for Bjorkstrand. He's a right shot. He's open. And he snaps this puck under the glove of Korpisalo.
Second in the night, 11th of the year for Bjorkstrand.
Off the post and in.
So the Bruins down 3 now.
Takes over the team lead in scoring, Bjorkstrand does.
It's Carlo trying to get one to the net. Hit a leg, went wide. Out in front, Kastelik, point blank. Saved by Grubauer. And the rebound clear to the far boards. Evans out of the corner now will send it up the wall. Cartier couldn't get it out. And instead came across the ice with it, and Sprong will play it forward. Osterley skating back to get it here for Boston. His pass misses Beecher, and that's going to be an icing against the Bruins with 10:03 left.
Yeah, it's hockey season, the perfect time to replace your old boiler with the new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. It's a great chance right there for the Bruins. Grubauer's been good. He's made 2 point-blank saves. One on Pastrnak in the first period, and then that one right there on Kastelik. He made other saves as well, obviously, but 2 point-blank.
That's brought behind the net here for Osterley and around the near boards for Marchand, who lobs one out through the neutral ice. Give the Bruins a chance to get some fresh bodies on after the icing. Just past the midway point of this third period. Bruins, after giving up 5 unanswered in Winnipeg in the third period, as Geekie wires one wide. Been outscored 2-0 here in the third, and are down 4-1. Zadorov driving Tanev to the boards as he got the puck deep.
Yeah, I kind of let up on him a little bit there. I think it might have been interference possibly.
Around the near boards, it'll come back to Montour, a drive. That one blocked by Geekie. Played out of the corner and in behind the net for Beniers. Beniers dropped it back to the top of the circle. McCann, a one-timer, turned aside by Korpisalo. Bruins will clear it down ice. Marchand getting behind everyone, and so Grubauer forced to come out and play it. Back through the neutral zone come the Kraken. And a check along the far boards to loosen it up by Frederick. It gets Peak moving forward here.
5 guys back for Seattle.
And Grubauer's going to cover a puck at the far side of the net. Draw a whistle with 8:52 to go here in regulation. The Kraken 4 and the Bruins 1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Cruise into the holiday season with Carnival Cruise Line, because no one does holiday cheer or cruising like Carnival.
Introducing Celebration Key, your key to paradise. Unlock Carnival's all-new exclusive destination at Grand Bahama, where you can dive into clear lagoons, try all the water sports, or unwind on a pristine beach. No one does fun like Carnival.
Copyright 2024 Carnival Corporation, all rights reserved, ships registry to the Bahamas and Panama. To learn more, visit carnival.com.
Lights are going up, snow is falling down. There's a feeling of goodwill around town. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here. People throwing parties, ugly sweaters everywhere. Stockings hung up by the chimney with care. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Track your glucose like you track your favorite artist's next album release. Introducing Stello, the powerful glucose biosensor that tracks how food, exercise, and even sleep affect your glucose. Join the personal health revolution today at Stello.com.
At More Dog Comfort Spa, now you don't need to go far for your dog to experience pure comforting bliss. Choose from a variety of comforting options, from ecstasy-inducing scritchy scratchies to sensory tingling butt sniff aromatherapy, all with complimentary milk bone comfort chews. Let your dog experience the lap of luxury right from your lap. Give your dog a comfort chew today and let them chew their way to bliss.
More Dog. The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Fans, get all the latest Bruins news, team updates, access to ticket offers and promotions, and more delivered straight to your inbox by signing up for the official newsletter of the Boston Bruins. Head to bostonbruins.com/newsletter and get signed up today. 4-1 Seattle, 8:52 to go here in the third period. And off the faceoff, Grubauer forcing one wide of the net. It'll be Geekie getting it from Marchand. Moving to the high slot. Shot hit the post. kicked on to Marchand as he tried to play it behind the net. Montour took it away.
Geeky's had a couple.
Here's a centering pass. Geeky onto the doorstep for Marchand, who couldn't get it into shooting position.
Got a couple good chances Geeky has. That Marchand was wide open in front that time and just ended up in his feet.
Right back down into the Boston zone. Zadorov, as the Bruins making some changes, works his way up ice and passes up the middle for Brazo. Collected off his stick in toward Grubauer. Dunn sends it around the far boards. Carlo at the far point to keep in. Now it'll be lifted up and out of the zone by Bjorkstrand. Settled down by Osterley, coming back into his own zone here for the Bruins. Off the near boards and off the linesman, it looked like. Bjorkstrand brings it back into the attack here for Seattle. Got through to Tolvanen, wheeling around from that far circle, but put shot wide. Brazo gives to Coyle, stepping ahead along with Frederick and Brazo. Centering pass for Frederick, crashing the doorstep. Just missed him. Coyle will get it on a wraparound to the far side by Osterley. Coyle toward the back of the net for Frederick, steps to the far circle. Carlo gives to Osterley along the center of the blue line. Osterley throwing one toward Frederick, who'd redirected that one, but blocked by Dunn. Wright gives over to Dunn in the far corner. 7:18 to go. Bruins trailed by 1 after 2. They trail by 3 now. Out into the neutral zone. Koepke helping to force a turnover along with Beecher. Deep it comes for Beniers here for the Kraken. Tanev pressured by Wotherspoon along the near boards. Couldn't keep it in. It'll be brought through neutral ice. And now Tanev near the red line will drop back toward his own zone. Skates all the way back down into the corner with it. Pass up to the near side for Schwartz. Into the middle for Borgen. Off the boards in front of the Kraken bench and sent forward by Beniers, but Bruins will get it back. Wotherspoon's pass for Beecher broken up. It will come back down toward Korpisalo. Made sure it was going wide. Near boards, Beecher trying to hand off for Koepke coming out of the zone, but that was knocked away. 6:20 left. Bruins change as Seattle comes out of their own zone. Evans overshot everyone with a pass. That's an icing against the Kraken.
Yeah, now so you're down 3, right? So there's no book on it, but what's the right time to get your goaltender out of there? You're at 6:14 right now. Down 3. You take him out at all? I would say yes.
I mean, what do you got to lose?
But at what point?
Right.
I don't know what the analytics these days say, but
well, this would be 6 minutes to go. This would be about the time Patrick Waugh would pull the goalie, right?
I mean, Jim Montgomery did it earlier this season.
It's true.
Didn't work, but
played in across the line here for Pasternak. He'll backhand it around toward the back of the net. Borgen has it for the Kraken. Starts it out, being harassed from behind by Marchand, but gains the red line and tosses it deep. McAvoy, pass across the ice to Zadorov far side. Zadorov going to carry it through the neutral ice as he comes all the way across the near side boards and now goes around behind the Seattle net. Deals it back toward the far side point. The shot by Wotherspoon kicked aside by Grubauer. Rebound was gathered in by Geeky, but he was forced wide. Zadorov at the blue line again for Wotherspoon far side into the corner. It jumps past Alexiak. Geeky onto it behind the net. Coming to the near side. Deals off for Frederick for a one-timer kicked away. Out of the blue line, it's Sprong to get it cleared. Lobbed into the Boston zone. Glove down by Wotherspoon, who sticks it ahead. It will angle into the Seattle zone, but Kraken will get it right back out as we hit 5 minutes to go. Peak backs it up in his own zone, taken away. Centering effort by Sprong. Turned back over to the Bruins. Coyle finds Peak in the far corner. Wotherspoon fires one through neutral ice. Got it to Brazo at the Seattle line, and he lost his edge as he tried to cut away from right. And back down toward Korpisalo it comes. He hacks it around the near boards. Picked off the wall by Tolvanen. Come back in behind and around to the far side. Pushed up toward the blue line and out by Carlo. Brazo waves at it, trying to get it deep. Bruins changing some players here as it's brought back inside the zone by Bjorkstrand, who has 2 of the 4 Kraken goals tonight.
He also made some good defensive plays, especially in that first period.
Grubauer pushing one around behind his own net as Pasternak and Marchand get in there deep. There goes Korpisalo to the bench with 4 minutes to go. Extra attacker on. Bruins down 3, trying to find some magic here. McAvoy on the right wing circle. Behind the net to Coyle. Near circle for Pasternak. Up top, Zadorov, center of the blue line. Over to McAvoy, top of the right circle. Back across. Pasternak, one-timer. Skimmed off the outside of the net, near side. McAvoy kept it in, far side. Coyle, crossing pass. Deflected. Got to Pasternak, and he shot it wide to the short side. McAvoy plays it down the right wing boards. Marchand in the corner, behind the net. Borgiki. Took a hit from Borgen, stays with the puck. Now Borgen will wrap it around the near boards, and that's going to go out and down into the Bruins zone, but will not make it far enough for an icing. Zadorov with a quick up pass here to McAvoy. Right back in across the line. Pasternak from the blue line. Got it to Marchand in the slot, and his shot finds the back glass. Marchand to the center blue line for Zadorov. 3:02 to go. Zadorov shot one wide of the near post, kicked around behind the net. McAvoy, the far point, keeps in. Zadorov to Pasternak, down low. Geeky, back to Pasternak, near circle. Center blue line, Zadorov. Over to McAvoy again. Right circle, Marchand, down low. Trying to get it back to McAvoy. It was tipped by Stevenson, comes out of the zone.
Missed the net 4 times in this sequence.
Bruins unit will change as they've been out there forever here with 2.5 minutes to go. Pasternak's going to stay out. He's got the puck on his stick now. Moving in left circle. Dropped it back for Osterley. Pass gets past Pasternak and in deep. Pasternak, though, going to peel one off the near wall. Throws one to the net. Grubauer made the right pad save. 2:15 to go as the puck comes back out to neutral ice. Bruins with the extra attacker on here. Brazo, centering pass for Frederick coming to the high slot.
It was meant for Osterley, but Frederick thought it was meant for him. Montour just cross-checked Pasternak down.
Another no call. Tanev through neutral ice. Trying to get to the empty net. Osterley and McCann. McCann from his belly. Able to get it into the empty net. And it's 5-1.
Pretty good effort by McCann there, right? It was going to be a penalty, maybe a penalty shot. Well, it would have been a goal.
But it would have been awarded
a goal
there.
Anyhow, yeah. Osterley ended up taking down McCann, but he stays with it. Got the little pass from Tanev, gets taken down by Osterley. Arm goes up for the referee, but while he's kind of sliding towards the net, he's able to push it home.
So for Jared McCann, his 11th of the year, goal and an assist tonight.
And then Bjorkstrand now tied.
So it's a 5-1 game with 1:54 to go. Bruins got sustained pressure with the goaltender pulled down 3. But weren't able to find the back of the net. Seattle up even more comfortably now.
Had some shots that went wide on some pretty decent opportunities. Marchand the best one.
Spoon played through neutral ice. Evans back in the Seattle zone trying to clear it past Kastelik. Could not. Beecher to Kastelik. His shot gets blocked. Kastelik's got it back on his stick as he comes toward the near side. Hands off here to Koepke. Centered for Beecher, who fanned on a one-timer, and the puck comes all the way back down toward Korpisalo with 1:15 left. Peak will play one through neutral ice. That was behind Frederick, and that's going to be an icing against the Bruins with 1:05 to go.
Well, it's a better effort, but similar result, right? Now you've only scored 2 goals on this road trip. 2 games in. 1 was a penalty shot. You allowed 5 here today. We'll call it 4.
4 plus the empty
shot,
netter.
or excuse me, the empty netter. So they got in trouble early, and they were never able to dig themselves out of it. Penalty trouble early. 2 goals down early.
Yeah, Kraken had a 2-0 lead just over 5 minutes into this one. Larson sends it deep here. Peak out of the near corner. Played up the wall. Coyle will give to Osterley coming through neutral ice. Sends it into the right wing corner. Goes to get it himself. And taps it in behind the net with 45 seconds left. Puck jumps free onto Frederick. Near side circle. Wide angle shot. Grubauer got a piece of that. Carlo on the far wall. Gives back to Frederick. Turnaround shot. That one blocked and then jumps out of play. 29.8 to go.
Seattle's going to go to one game over 500, and for the Bruins, the 4-game win streak is in the rearview mirror right now. So, and it doesn't get any easier in Vancouver.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tough road trip. You know, they had that kind of soft spot in the schedule. They made some hay there, but came on the road here for 5 straight games against teams that were 500 or better when this road trip started. And Seattle is going to go above the 500 mark here today. Kraken with the puck here and 16 seconds left. Bjorkstrand sends it in toward the Bruin zone. For the Kraken, 4-1-1 record over their last 6 games, finding their stride. Bruins dropped their second in a row. And a final score of 5-1 Seattle as they extend their lead out in the third period with 3 unanswered goals, including that empty netter. We'll be back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven with a versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Milkbone presents the story of a girl barking up the wrong tree for love.
Are you even trying to find a companion? Your cousin Helen just met the boy of her dreams.
When really all it took was a Milkbone treat.
Who's a good boy?
How will you know? Because true love starts with Milkbone.
I think he's the one.
A commercial wagging its way to a screen near you.
More dog.
Milkbone.
Need a brain boost? Try Neuromag Magnesium L-threonate from Life Extension. Magnesium plays an important role in healthy memory and cognitive function. But not all magnesium supplements are easy for your brain to absorb. Neuromag is formulated with an ultra-absorbable form of magnesium, making it a brilliant choice to provide the maximum benefits for your brain health. So, boost your brain performance, memory, and attention with Neuromag today.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business.
South Shore Select and the South Shore Sports Center have been staples within the sports community for over 50 years. Sports are a huge part of our family, and we are proud of the positive culture and community we have all built together. South Shore Bank provided us the financing to purchase the place we call home. We love our relationship with South Shore Bank. Our values are aligned. We believe in our people, and we hope to create lasting relationships within our community that transcend beyond a field or bank.
South Shore Bank, sharing success. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. Getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Deck your home with Blinds.com. DIY or let us install. Free design consultation. Plus free samples and free shipping.
Ho, ho, ho! Blinds.com invented a better way to buy custom high-quality window treatments with no showroom mock-ups or waiting around for quotes from pushy salespeople, saving you time and money for the holidays with upfront pricing right on our website.
Go right now to Blinds.com. Satisfaction guaranteed. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Deck your home this holiday season with Blinds.com. Save up to 40% on select styles, plus a free professional measure. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
McAvoy steps in front of Schwartz behind the net. Can't get it cleared. Here's Schwartz coming out. Backhand still. And the Kraken to a 2-0 lead just over 5 minutes into the first period. Bruins never got closer than that. They lose it 5-1 tonight to the Seattle Kraken, and it was another game that was within reach after 2 periods of play, and the score ends up looking pretty ugly at the end.
Yeah, a little misleading, right? It's 2-1 going into the third period. The goal by Dunn, which, you could argue was a high stick, but they didn't see it that way. They saw it as a good goal. They called it a goal on the ice. They did review it, and it was close, but Vince Dunn was able to get that one, and that makes it 3-1, and then a little bit of a breakdown by the Bruins defensively where they turn the puck over and then don't get to their coverage quick enough where Bjorkstrand beats Korpisalo low to the glove side. He's a good shooter. He gets into that spot. That's going to be a tough one to stop. So, a few different things, right? Offensively, they never completely got to their game. I thought that they had zone time, but they didn't get enough out of that zone time to create enough offensively. Grubauer was good when he needed to be. Made a couple good saves. Made a great save on Pastrnak. Made a good save on Kaslik in the third period. Both of those were point blank. The one on Pastrnak was a good one. Kaslik kind of hit him in the chest, but Pastrnak, he had to push off and get to his that blocker side for that save. And that was a good one in the first period. So there were some opportunities there that the Bruins didn't convert on, and they got behind early. They got behind early with a couple penalties. They got themselves in penalty trouble. There was a 4-minute double minor there to Pastrnak right off the bat. First shift of the game against Alexiak, deservedly. And Seattle capitalized on that one with a goal. And for all intents and purposes, they capitalized on the next penalty that the Bruins had. And that was Tyler Johnson taking a tripping call. But after that, there were no penalties, right? I mean, Seattle had one penalty in the first period, but second or third period penalty free. And you didn't expect to get a lot from Seattle. They don't give up, or they don't take a lot of penalties. But now you're playing from behind. They get the penalty shot goal there by Marchand after Montour covered up the puck in the crease. But then you don't get any closer. You can't dent Grubauer. I don't think they created enough offensively to. He was good. I don't think he had to be great in this game. He made the saves he should make.
Right.
And one or two really good ones.
Yeah. So the Bruins open the road trip 0-2 as the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal this season, they'll donate another $100 to fight food insecurity. No assist tonight, so no money for the Greater Boston Food Bank. We'll hope to improve on that on Saturday. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. We'll wrap things up from Seattle when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. That's why Justin Gordon, CEO of AmRamp Accessibility, partnered with us.
AmRamp Accessibility has been making accessibility solutions for over 25 years. South Shore Bank secured a multi-million-dollar loan for us. They work just as hard for us as we do for our clients. They're not just helping our bottom line, they're helping us make our community more accessible for everyone.
Sharing your success, growing your business. That's above and beyond banking. South Shore Bank, member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Dan Andelman from the Phantom Gourmet, and here's the deal. Everybody has goals. getting a new job, traveling the world, or just fitting into that suit you've been avoiding. My goal? Dropping 50 pounds by the time I turn 50. And guess what? Thanks to Awaken 180, I crushed it. Not only did I hit my goal, but I did it with 5 months to spare. What would have taken a year on those meds, Awaken 180 helped me reach in just a couple of months. I dropped 4 to 5 pounds a week every week, and I feel great. And here's the icing on the cake. The weight I've lost isn't coming back. But the cake itself, yeah, that's going to be back in rotation. Maybe I'll go for a red velvet cake. The reason I chose Awaken 180, cutting back on a couple of things, introducing a few others, then knowing how to navigate it all while keeping the weight off. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 is definitely Phantom Gourmet approved.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Holiday magic is in the air, and DSW's got all the shoes to make your season extra merry. Believe, you've got parties to attend and lists to check twice, so DSW is taking care of the details, like gifts to make their eyes all aglow, styles that bring joy to your world, brands everyone wants, like UGG, Nike, Birkenstock, and more, and deals to make your budget bright. Find the perfect shoes for you and yours at a DSW store near you or dsw.com.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Now it's set ahead. 3 Canucks to center. 3 on 2 if they hurry. Heinen dishes off. Sasson to the crease. It's in. Heinen was there, and I think he got a piece of it. Jansen Heinen on the setup from Max Sasson, who has 2 assists in the period, and the Canucks have a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Vancouver taking on the Florida Panthers here tonight. They would complete the shutout, 4-0 the final, Vancouver over the Florida Panthers. Other finals from around the NHL on a busy night, the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2 winners over Anaheim. Pittsburgh explodes with 6 goals in the third period. They defeat the Montreal Canadiens 9-2. New Jersey spoils the Los Angeles Kings 6-game win streak. They